Ontogeny. Ontogeny.
All right, that should do it. Let's see here. Can anybody see or hear me? Let me know. Are we working? Is the signal holding? Video and audio? Excellent. How's my, how's the audio level? Is it pretty okay? Excellent. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Western Wyoming. Welcome to the field. We're here just starting off doing some overburden at the ceratopsian site. And, oh, hang on just a second. Here, Ethan's calling me. Ethan, can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, I just started my stream a second ago. It's going well.
All right. Yeah. Let me know if you need anything.
Perfect, will do.
All right, bye.
Thanks, man. Bye. All right, cool. Anyway, welcome everybody. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I'm here trying to show you what it's like to do field work out in the remote badlands of western Wyoming, kind of near the town of Green River. We just got into camp last night and started setting things up last night and continued setting things up this morning, and now got a late start to the day, but it's good to be out here and be able to just assess, look what the site is, what it looks like after a year, and yeah, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Paleontologizing, and welcome to the field, and welcome everybody in chat. Holy cow. Back in Wyoming, baby, says Quick Meteor. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Good stuff. And it's dig season. Yes, indeed, Dr. Tara. Welcome, welcome. Again, we're just getting started here, opening things up. We don't have all of our sites open yet, so this particular quarry is going to be a little bit crowded for today. But we've got a bunch of newbies on the crew, so we're kind of showing them the ropes. And we're getting started with some overburden here. So, there we go. There's Quinn and Adam over there, just going to town with those geopaleo pics. We've got a ton of round. What's that?
Royalty-free music.
Oh yeah, awesome. Thanks, Quinn. Appreciate it.
I think it is.
Yeah. Good stuff. So down here is the bone layer, where we've got our new species of ceratopsian dinosaur. And so we're going to have to remove basically as much of this rock as we can over the next month to try and get down to the bone layer and see how much more of this critter we can find. Because since this is going to be, as far as we know, a new species, it's very important that we get every single last bit of it. Yeah. And Nick, you have in the chat.
Oh, really?
Quick Meteor is here. They say Nick. Yeah.
What's up?
Valesy says Nick is back. Woohoo.
Yeah. Well, just wait till later. I brought some awesome clothes you guys will love.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Very cool.
Right,
oh, Scorpion's still there?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, let's get him on camera.
Great.
Hey, little Scorpion.
Right there.
Very cool. How you doing? Yeah.
So I gotta relocate.
Yeah.
Soft hand, brother.
All animals are
Nice. First bit of fieldwork wildlife. Yes, here we saw some pronghorns on the way over too from camp. That was pretty neat. This is a bring your laptop to the job John situation. There you go, Brannington. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Excellent. And beautiful. Yeah. Got your classic Rocky Mountain clouds up there. Yeah, it's beautiful country out here. Let's see, and I said we've got some new people on the crew this year. One of those is AJ here. Can I call you AJ on stream?
Yes, of course.
We've got multiple Adams in camp, so.
Yeah, I gotta be something.
Anyway, just met AJ yesterday, and where are you from actually?
I'm from SLC.
Oh, okay, Salt Lake.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
lived there for pretty much my whole life.
Cool, cool. Yeah, is this your first summer doing paleontological fieldwork?
It is.
Nice.
I'm
all right.
Super
Cool.
excited.
We'll get you trained up. Yeah. It seems like you're already off to a good start. I saw you doing some overburden earlier.
Oh, for sure.
So.
Messed myself up a little.
Oh yeah, it happens. But yeah.
What's up, chat?
Quinn, how you doing?
It's good to see ya.
It's good to see you too, Quinn. I missed you, man.
I know.
Yeah.
We spend too much time apart.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. Show off your water jug there. Is that a full metal jacket reference? Full plaster jacket.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff.
Adam, we just started.
Yeah, so we're all just kind of settling in at this point. Yeah, it's good to, see some old friends again and make some new friends. And yeah, we're all still just kind of getting used to being out here. We've been out here less than 24 hours at this point, so yeah, but already hard at work. Later on this week, we'll bring the jackhammer out here. We'll have some pry bars. We'll be taking some of those big rocks from up there, trying to send them down the hill so we can expose more of the bone layer and hopefully find more ceratopsid bones. So, yeah. Anyhow. And this is cool over here. Like, we could actually find bones over here potentially, so I'm glad you're digging through this carefully.
We got something suspicious, maybe. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It might be just big iron stuff, but I don't see any bone texture yet. I guess.
Yeah, worth saving at least.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of like fish bone texture, but it's probably not. But thanks for setting that aside, though.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be stuff from last year because
could be,
in this area.
Yeah.
So I think expanding this way might be a help.
Yeah.
While they're
Moving in
doing
this
that,
direction.
yeah. So while
Might
they're
as well,
doing
yeah.
that, I'll be switching in and out.
Nice. Yeah.
So pretty cool.
So Nick here was actually working on some of our ceratopsian material in Pittsburgh past year. So yeah.
Currently, so
currently, nice.
Yeah, so what we thought was the parietal last year. Am I allowed to say this?
Yeah.
It's we found more of the squamosal, so the more of the superior portion of it.
Nice.
And we got the brow horn. But the brow horn was underneath. It was subducted by the and it's really cool. I got to clean it and put some finishing touches on it, so it's almost ready.
Nice.
Got some putty in that and filling in the gaps. So
Awesome.
I love doing this stuff.
It's super important material too. I mean, like if we're gonna get skull bones from a new ceratopsid, you want the squamosal, you want the horns, you want the parietal if we can get it.
I was gonna give a shout out to Dan Pickering at the Carnegie Museum for teaching me all the wonderful skills and lessons, all that there is to know about preparing fossils. So it's a huge shout out to Dan.
Awesome. Yeah. Dan is he's like chief preparator there?
Yeah, he's the head preparator there.
Nice.
I'm just a volunteer.
Yeah.
But I go down that.
It's cool to learn from the best, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
No, I got some right here.
All right. Try not to step on people's bags here. But yeah. Quick Meteor says Nick is the goat. Whoop, whoop.
Nick is the goat.
I like that you've got your own like section of the audience.
I know, that's
great,
crazy, right? Quick's great. Shout out to Quick. Quick Meteor, that's like the one that hit 66 million years ago, right?
a little too quick, yeah. Right into the earth. Yeah. How's Edie doing over here? Hey, Edie. You staying cool? Yeah. Nice. So Adam's gonna do some shoveling, moving some of this rubble away. Some of you might remember Adam from, was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, that's right, yeah. Yeah, I remember we were going around the campfire and like introducing everybody. And you said, I wanted to be out here because someday when I have kids, I want my kids to know that like I'm the coolest dad on the block. I've been out digging dinosaurs before. And yeah. Mission accomplished yet? Any kids?
Not yet,
Not yet.
I hope.
Ash Odison says, this is amazing. This is the kind of thing average people never get to see. That's why I'm doing this, you know? I want to give you a first-hand peek into what it's like to dig dinosaurs. You know, you've seen it in the movies, you've read about it in books and stuff. Now you get to see it with your own eyes. Like, I want to put you where the action is to the best of my ability. And, yeah, I don't know. I think this kind of science outreach is important. There's so much misinformation out there nowadays, and it's just, I don't know. It's important to be able to kind of show unalloyed, like, this is how we do science in the field, you know? Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Colin?
Good.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Danny?
Doing well. Yeah. Yeah. I dig
back now?
the fit this year.
Yeah, no. Last year, horrible sunburn.
Yeah. So long pants, long sleeves.
Long pants, long sleeves.
Wise.
Tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah. Are those new this year, by the way? You got like a sleeve?
Full sleeve.
Nice.
Maybe-
We'll probably take a look at it in camp when we do a camp stream or something, if that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your little times.
Yeah.
But I am also from the Carnegie Museum alongside our boy Nick. Not as big of a fan club, but you know, maybe it'll grow.
Yeah.
I
We'll
do CT 3D modeling of anything from Spinosaurus to sauropod vertebrae to I'm working on a little undescribed crocodilomorph skull.
Very nice.
So,
Very nice.
yeah.
Any of that stuff in a format that could be 3D printed, perhaps?
Of course, I have STLs.
We might talk later.
Alrighty.
Not to be, I don't know, go above my station or anything, but I'm always looking for new files to print.
Yeah, I'm still working on making them all pretty and clean them up. But,
Nice. It's important work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Colin.
Of course.
Cool.
Like all this?
Oh, you're already doing some undercutting here. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and.
This will be nice to
push
be able to
this
send that down the hill. Yeah, the more that we can just get rid of this berm and just send things straight down, the easier it'll be.
See? Oh my gosh.
And then you do a little bit of both, right?
There's so much dirt in my mouth.
All right. So let me get out of your way, Adam. But now's a good time if anybody's got any questions in the chat. Be happy to answer them for you.
Just shove it off.
Quick Meteor wants to know how long will the dig last this year? Until the end of June. So I'm going to be out here until the end of June this year. And then be taking 2 weeks off, and then I'll be going back out to Utah for another 3 weeks, maybe a month of field work. And maybe some more field work after that too. So yeah. So getting a shovel under there might help, yeah. Nice. Well done.
Say once you start like undercutting like that, stick over here.
Just flipping it?
And just nudging it until it gets but also
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna die.
Fall.
Nice. You're a beast, Adam. Excellent.
A little anticlimactic.
No, slow and steady is better than, you know, than it tumbling all the way down into the road in front of a passing car. Nice. That's great. Thanks, Adam. Cool. So we had another question.
Oh, it's gone.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Well, at least he says those enormous rocks on top where they're removing overburden right now, will they have to be removed as well? Yes. So these big rocks up here are all going to have to go. As well as we can manage, at least. We'll see what we can do, but some of these might be too big to move by hand, so we might actually have to crack them in half with the jackhammer in order to make them a little bit more manageable in size. Yeah. And Bradenton said, hopefully all the specimens are accounted for. It's this site, yeah. Turtleby, we'll check in with them later too, make sure that everything looks good there. And we've got a number of other sites throughout this area. Yeah. The good thing is, like, I don't know, between you and me, chat, not a lot of folks know that there's dinosaurs in this area, which is why we have to be a little bit cagey about where we are. So I can't be very specific. I'm just saying near the town of Green River. But yeah, as long as we can keep a low profile, that's good. Because we don't want poachers to come through. We don't want, you know, people vandalizing the sites. Yeah. And of course, we've got all our permits to be digging on this federal land through the Bureau of Land Management. So we have permits on hand here. But the BLM is pretty good about not spreading the word too much that there's dinosaurs here. Because we don't want to have to deal with that, you know. Not just poachers, but maybe paleo paparazzi as well, you know. I'm kidding. And Golganix's 4-foot pry bar, anyone? We do have one. It's in the truck. We left it in there. Again, it's our first day. We're still getting equipment up here. We're still, you know, we're not settled in yet. We're not a well-oiled machine like we will be in a few days. This is still just starting off here. And we're trying to take it a little bit easy since it is the first day. A lot of people are still getting used to the altitude here, getting used to the really dry climate. We're at like 6,000 or 7,000 feet elevation here. So the air is thin, you know, at least compared to what I'm used to in the Bay Area, in San Francisco. So, yeah. And is the bone bed mostly horizontal? It is wombat hole, yeah. At least we think it is. There might be a slight tilt to it, but we won't know until we actually find more bones and then do a strike and dip and all that stuff. Yeah. And Terminator Pig, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Does it help keep morale up to have Edie at the site? Great question. Yeah. That's Edie, like short for Edith. Like Edith Wilson, the first female president of the United States. You know, we should ask Doug if that's what Edie's named after. But yeah, let's go talk to Doug for a second. And we'll get the skinny on. We'll get Edie's bio. Yeah.
Get some cream on you, boy.
All right, Doug. We got some questions about Edie in the chat, if you wouldn't mind introducing her real quick.
All right.
Or maybe introduce yourself first. What am I doing?
Okay, I'm Doug.
Yeah.
This is my second time out in the Almond.
And you drove here all the way from Texas yesterday, right?
Waco, Texas.
That's nuts. How long did that take?
Well, it was 11 hours to Pueblo, Colorado, and then it was about 7.5 hours from there to here.
So you drove like 19 hours.
In 2 days, yeah.
That's hardcore, Doug. That is hardcore. Yeah.
It's over before you know it.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. The things we do to go dig up dinosaurs, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Anywho, Edie, how is she doing right now? We had a question about, does she enjoy being at the site and does she help keep morale up? I think she does.
Even though she, yeah, as you can see, she kind of... You're shoveling.
Yeah, she really likes to chase
She wants
the
to
rocks.
chase it.
So you gotta be careful. Yeah. Is her name short for anything?
Edith.
Edith? Nice.
She's named after Edith Bunker from All in the Family.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You told me this last year and I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was after Edith Wilson, Woodrow Wilson's wife, who was actually like the shadow president for a while. You guys know that story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just I had a sister who,
Shadow president.
growing up, not only was TV Land her favorite station, but All in the Family was her favorite show.
Gotcha, yeah.
Plus,
yeah.
that way, if she screws up, I call her Dingbat.
Is that from the show too?
Yeah, Archie was always calling Edith the Dingbat.
Gotcha, okay, yeah, yeah. You're getting a compliment on your hat too, or on all our hats. Where is that from?
West Africa.
Nice, cool.
I think, Niger specifically.
Very cool, yeah. We've got a pretty nice assortment of hats here, even in the quarry right now. Got some soft bucket hats. We've got some leather Australian slouch hats.
Classic baseball caps.
Yeah, classic baseball caps. We've got AJ's hair.
Yeah, my crazy hair.
That's really cool. Yeah, nice. Very cool. Yeah. Thanks, Doug. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In a while, I might ask you to show off that leatherback turtle tattoo as well.
Okay.
That's so neat. But yeah, I'll let you know.
All right.
I might give it a go actually if. Yeah, you can take a swing at it. You can put the camera down.
Hand.
I got a tripod on this thing. Yeah, you want to just hold it for a sec? Well, it'll be a minute. I'll set it down. I appreciate it, though, Doug. Here.
Danny, now, real quick, we get some shovels. Danny? Is that the
right
shovel? Bring up the fuel.
Yeah, the only one.
Shoot, I don't think we did. I think it's probably still in the truck. Fuel for the jackhammer. All right, chat.
Here, give me 2 seconds. All right.
Let's see. Just set this here out of the sun.
I'm gonna try to get some big chunks out of the way. Hey,
Let's go, Nick. So we're all taking turns here today.
Bust out the jackhammer.
We can if you really want to.
So I just
it would be pretty quick.
Ethan, he was just like,
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what Ethan said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have the fuel, so we kind of have to be.
We've got some in it. We can use it until it runs out.
Yeah.
If you want. But I might put a little bit in. If somebody wants to, they could run down there and get the fuel. Maybe a pry bar.
He said he's gonna be like 40 minutes though, so. And
He's not parked down there right now?
No,
because they went to that Dinosaur Center, remember?
Gotcha, okay, yeah.
Should have just grabbed it. I didn't really grab it.
That's okay. Again, it's just the first day. I'm still figuring everything out. Oops, sorry.
Fortnite beats chill/study too. Yeah. I don't think so.
I want to go.
Oh yeah. Well then. Exactly what I was thinking.
Alright, that's really good for now. Somebody want to take over?
Yeah.
Go AJ. Thanks. Don't want to neglect chat for too long here. Alright. MJD says, how long until they get out the fine tools? It might be a while. Yeah, we got a lot of overburden to do. I'll show you. I'll cut this back on.
I just cleaned that spot. Do it again. Dang it. I'm tired, Grandpa. I'm tired.
That's too darn bad.
You keep digging.
Let me get out of the way over here for a second. There we go. There we are. Whew. Yeah. And thank you, Ash Odinson, for subscribing. Welcome to Paleontologizing. Great to have you here. For anybody just joining us, welcome to Paleontologizing and welcome to beautiful, sunny western Wyoming. We're out here kind of near the town of Green River, digging up dinosaurs. This is our first day out here actually digging. We just got into camp yesterday afternoon / last night. So we're just kind of getting settled in over here. And starting in on the overburden. We're really kind of getting a head start. I didn't suspect we'd actually be digging today, so this is nice. We're ahead of the game. But in this hole we've got a brand new species, maybe brand new genus, of ceratopsian dinosaur, horned dinosaur.
Hey, who put away the jackhammer? Like when we were at camp?
Oh, it was me.
Where is the attachments? They're in those tubes. The tube?
Yeah, they're in the whitish plastic tubes. You were talking about the chisels?
Yeah, they're not in the...
They're not? Shoot. Hang on a sec, chat. They should have been in there. There's a chance they're just still on the ground there. They're not inside some of the No, shoot. Sorry, Quinn.
It's okay.
Yeah. We'll just do some extra jackhammering tomorrow. Close this up so it doesn't get dust in it. Wait, we got a jackhammer for this year, which we're pretty excited about. Let me show you, Chad.
Let me grab those big boys behind you. Don't
There we go. It's not an expensive one. It's not high end, but it should do the trick, we hope. If we can keep it running.
Iron ton.
Yeah, that's a great name. Iron ton. One of these, like...
Are they in there?
No, it's paper towels.
Hmm. Well, that's okay. We'll appreciate the jackhammer even more tomorrow after doing everything by hand today. I'm sorry, Quinn.
No, it's okay.
A lot to keep track of. Oh, yeah. Here, let me get some water and then say hello to some other crew members here. But anyway, yeah, welcome everybody to the ceratopsian site. So this is one of multiple different dinosaur sites that we're working here this year. All of them, to my knowledge, all of them on public land, and all of them with permits from the Bureau of Land Management. So, yeah, we're a ragtag group of paleontologists and volunteers, and it's like cronies. Gonna be out here for the entire month, digging up dinosaurs, just trying to figure out what's going on here in these rocks that are about 73 million years old. That dinosaurs like How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. And any good fossils in? Not yet, Kenny H.Y. It's our first day. And we've got a ton of overburden to do, especially at this site. I'm sure over at Turtle Hill, just a short ways away, they're already finding fossils. That's frankly a much easier site to work, at least in terms of there's lots of bits and pieces of things all over the place. Here, you got to work a lot harder to find any bones, but the bones are a lot bigger here, so it's worth it. Anywho, it is hot today. The weather command for Green River, excuse me, not Green River, different state. Yeah. Anywho, somebody looking for me? Anyhow, again, we're just starting off here. First day, just starting to dig into the quarry.
No. Sorry. I didn't actually trust my strength that much.
Yeah. Eddie Scarn says, is there some Tyrannosaur material? Not from this site, no. There would have been Tyrannosaurs living in this environment, but we don't have any real Tyrannosaur bits yet. Maybe if we get lucky, we'll find some this year. But we'll see. Here we've got a brand new species of ceratopsian dinosaur, horned dinosaur. One of these days I'll remember to bring out my visual aids so I can show you some representations of like what this animal may have looked like. But those are back in camp right now. Again, we're just getting out here. Just kind of figuring things out for the moment. You're good, Quinn. Let me stand out of the way over here. Hey, Trinidad, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Trinidad's got his mask on. He was a little under the weather earlier, so he's doing his best to protect everybody, and we appreciate that. But yeah, Trinidad's from the Bay Area, just like me. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're the reason I'm here too.
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an honor. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Similar, thank you, Doug. To similar to the dinosaur that we're digging up here, but ours is going to be a little bit. Thank you, Doug. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, Trinidad, do you want to talk a little bit about where you go to school and what you're interested in, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So I go to Cal State East Bay, and even though I love dinosaurs, my academic focus right now is Irvingtonian fossils from the Irvingtonian type locality in Fremont.
So Pleistocene stuff.
Yeah,
like,
early Pleistocene.
So mammoths, mastodons, saber-toothed cats, camels.
Yeah, and it's nice being here because at Cal State we don't really have paleontology.
Right.
So
yeah.
if I say Irvingtonian, most people don't know what that is, but here everyone knows. Like,
yep.
What? There's someone here who, when I say Pleistocene, he was like, "Do you say Rancho Brain or Irvington?" I was able to say no.
Nice.
Or when he said Rancho Brain, I say the type locality for Irvington.
It's nice to be with our people. You know? Yeah. I'll speak the same language here.
My cohort in the biology department is great too, though.
Nice, cool. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming out here. Yeah.
And thanks again for inviting me out here.
Of course, yeah.
Giving me the information.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Yeah. Like I said, we've got an eclectic crew out here. We've got students and volunteers and enthusiasts. So takes all different kinds to do field work. Some bipedal and some quadrupedal. Yeah. Oh, you stay out of the way there, Edie.
She's really worried me. She looks like she's going to jump off the ledge after the rock.
Oh, it's not really a ledge.
Oh, it's not a ledge?
It's more gentle than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally run down.
Okay, my goggles are a little foggy.
Yeah. Ava, do you Ava or Eva?
It's Ava.
Ava.
And I'm also from the Bay Area, which is
Right, yeah, said Menlo Park?
Menlo Park.
Nice, South Bay, yeah.
Myself.
Nice.
So I'm an undergrad, just doing a geology major at McAllister College.
Oh, nice,
St. Paul,
okay.
Minnesota.
Cool.
And Ethan reached out to my professor asking if he could come and do some rock geology stuff. And he said, well, I could come out for a day and a half and send two of my students for the month.
Nice.
So he sent me.
So you're out here for the whole month?
We're here until the 25th. We have to
Nice.
go back.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to take some rock samples, analyze them for Ethan.
Cool. You're doing like
Some more
pollen work or just like basic lithology?
He really wants to find a bentonite layer.
Yeah, nice.
And
Get some ash dates, yeah.
yes, get ash dates. Just classify rocks.
Nice.
A lot, do point counts, SEM stuff.
Cool.
Get more into the nitty gritty of the rocks that are here.
Yeah.
The rocks that the dinosaurs are being found in.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's my thing.
And you've got a dinosaur on your shirt too.
I do. Arcteryx.
There,
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
That's true.
Cool. Well, it's good to have you out here.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it Ava with an A? Like
Ava.
Like Ava
AVA.
ceratops?
Ava ceratops?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, from Montana.
That's
It's
amazing.
named after the wife of the discoverer too, right?
It might be, yeah. Yeah. Somebody in chat, look it up. Ava ceratops. Who's it named after?
Ceratops?
But yeah. But yeah. Mayor Space says, I love that the dog thinks that overburden is a game. Yeah, she definitely does.
It is.
She was playing with the shovels back at camp.
I saw that, yeah. She was barking at the shovels and pawing at them. And
She was trying to get to work.
yeah.
I used to have a dog that we tried to play fetch with, and we knew how to play one-way fetch.
Yeah. So you'd have to go fetch after the dog retrieves it?
Yeah. Or he would just grab it, like if we played with him in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed the tennis ball and he just wouldn't want to give it to us.
Yeah. Yeah, some dogs don't quite get it. Yeah. Wolfie AF says, this is incredible. It's like being a kid again. Welcome. It's good to have you here. That makes me really happy. And Mike Hornroy says, thank you for streaming this and allowing us to be part of it. You bet. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really glad you're here. Stick around.
I feel like a kid too.
Yeah. Yeah, fieldwork it's a lot of fun. And you'll see a lot of us just standing around today. We're still opening up some of the other sites. So we've got 20-something people in camp right now, which is huge. So we'll be able to work maybe 4 or 5 sites simultaneously. But right now we've just got I guess 2 or maybe 3 going today. So we'll be spreading out a bit more throughout the rest of the week. So right now it's a little crowded at this quarry, that's why. Yeah, the genus is named after Ava Cole, Eddie's wife. Very cool, okay.
Oh, so it was named after the wife?
It was named after the wife of the discoverer, I think, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Terminator Pig. Excellent. Yeah. Ash Odinson says, I feel the same way. I'm nerding out so hard. I haven't stopped grinning since I opened the stream. It's great to have you here. Yeah. Oh, Edie. Edie, you gotta let the man work.
Let me take one for her to learn.
Oh.
Checking all the rocks for extra bones.
Dr. Terrace says, I've been hearing some stuff about Anchiceratops in the Almond Formation. Is this new ceratopsian related? So we don't actually have Anchiceratops from the Almond Formation. I know you've seen that on Wikipedia, but yeah, more careful study has shown that it's not actually Anchi in the almond. It's something that's new. And so we're trying to find more of it here.
How much material is there for Ankylosaurus itself?
For Anchiceratops?
Oh, that's right, Ankylosaurus.
Yeah, yeah, Ankylosaurus is a different ceratopsid from Montana. Ankylosaurus horneri, the one with the boss on its nose.
Oh no, I misheard you. I thought you were talking about Ankylosaurus.
Oh no, yeah. No, Anchiceratops, yeah.
Yeah.
There's part of a skull at AMNH, but it's not actually Anchiceratops. I think Andy Farkey published on it a few years back.
All the bona fide Anchiceratops is from Canada.
That's right, yeah. So yeah, anyway, this new critter is new, which is really exciting.
I'm not gonna do it right now.
How's it feel, Quinn?
Maybe
You want a geopic?
If we get 2 geopics, we can leverage
no, it's still stuck in there. We'll wait for the ham to come.
Maybe the pry bar too.
Pry bar.
Yeah.
How is this not copyrighted?
Be a tomorrow thing.
Yeah, it might be. So, dude,
Yeah.
I think they're trying to like scheme people.
Yeah.
A little bit of Jimmy Eat World never hurt nobody.
She's the supervisor. Yeah, there you go, Patrick Pirate. How you doing, Patch? It's good to see you. Yeah.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
One more thing. I'd also like to thank Cal State East Bay for paying for my trip to come out here.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got my funding from the Oscar program.
Excellent. Congrats. That's a good thing to put on your CV.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got funded to do field work. That's awesome. Well done. Cool. Yeah, that's Cal State East Bay, by the way. And yeah, Trinidad, how did your event go? You were doing like a grand opening for a new.
Do that
Nice.
every semester to get students.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want anything like 3D printed for that exhibit or anything, if it's like a fleshed out model of a mammoth or a saber-toothed cat or something, let me know. I might be able to help you out.
I will let him know that because
Yeah.
he has tasked me with expanding certain things. He wants me, I know he wants me to even take some grant money that we got to get a fossil. I know something he wants me to do is try to see if I can find a dire wolf. I don't think that's going to be possible.
Yeah, but we could 3D print a direwolf skull.
We already have a model. He
Nice.
wants, like, an
Okay.
actual
He wants an
fossil.
actual one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen unless we somehow got one donated from
Yeah.
another institution.
Yeah, that'd be tricky.
Yeah.
Maybe talk to Berkeley. You can get one on loan or something. They've got a bunch, but yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully at some point I could stay at the La Brea Tarpus. That'd be a
That would be really
place
neat.
to visit.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if maybe I can stream from there on the way to TwitchCon this year. It'll be in like October. But yeah, let me go get some water real quick. Gotta remember to really keep hydrating out here. It's incredibly dry. Let me stand out of the way.
Danny,
The overburden flying. Yeah.
just in case, so this,
Yeah.
I intentionally poured in here so my mouth doesn't go out, so if anyone needs any, we can use this.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Trinidad. Yeah.
I would love to see it.
All right.
Squamoso is like
Go away, flies.
impressively like.
Let me catch up the chat here real quick. 83 degrees, 18% humidity. It feels drier than that, but I guess that shows what I know. And there must be more shovels around. No, Sean B. Beat. Again, this is our first day. We're still settling in. We're still trying to figure out what equipment we need, and we didn't bring enough shovels today. There's more of them back in camp. So we should be fully equipped tomorrow, I hope. Yeah, we'll see. Anyhow. Bone wasn't dug in a day. It's true, and it then did. It's true. Yeah, let me get some water. Anyway, I'm so glad the satellite dish is mostly working. I've got a much smaller one this year, So we can have all of the gear in just these 2 containers, which is really, really nice. This is a major step up from last year. Having to lug all kinds of heavy equipment up here. It feels really nice to have things simplified this year. Makes my life easier. All right, get some water here. Anyway, how's everybody's day going? I hope you're all doing well. What's everybody up to as they're watching right now? Let me know. Good stuff. And gaming, working to start working a bit. Nice, okay. Farm Sim 25 on one screen, says Ash Odinson. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of like what we're doing here, you know? Some simple dirt farmers out here seeing what the ground will, you know. It's not glamorous, but it's honest work. Leather crafting, lurking. Nice. Tired, yeah, Patch. I'm glad you're getting some rest. Glad you're getting some rest. Golganek has just found Krista Sadler's book on my front porch. Excellent, Golganek. Holy cow. I've heard Krista might be visiting us in the Cedar Mountain Formation later in July or early August. So, yeah. What do we got? Oh, already?
Yeah, we got some.
Holy cow.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, chat.
Hopefully we didn't actually fucking crush it.
You meant freaking.
That's what he said,
That's what he said.
Freaking.
Oh, right. Okay, wow.
We're just cleaning off the shelves from the overburden and just
Nice eye. See that?
jumped out bright red.
Good spot.
So, yeah.
Eventually. Yeah?
Yeah, look at that.
All right.
That's good catch.
Have we got glue up here?
No, we didn't bring any glue.
No?
have some super glue.
No, we need vinyl acetate glue. Yeah, let me, Quinn, why don't you give him a call real quick?
I'll give him a call.
Everybody be real careful around that. And,
Also
Okay, you
be
can
like
leave me hand.
where you're sitting too.
I have dental picks. I'm gonna go grab some.
I've brushed.
I'm gonna just cover that up over the top of it with a ton of glue in the
Found stuff already though.
Yeah.
Dude, this is
I was saying, like, you know, if we find a single bone
Found a
ceratopsian, it could be part of a turtle or something, could be something else, but man, I hope it's more of our ceratopsian. That would be awesome. Yeah. And Black Cat Lady says I have this cast up on the big screen TV. Very nice, Black Cat Lady. Very, very cool. Anyhow, let me check our signal here real quick. What are we at?
Yeah, all the pieces are there. I didn't lose any.
Shoot, I can't see anything. I'm gonna take the glasses off. Yeah, we got good signal. Edie, you're so excited. Look at her.
Trying to help shovel.
This happened because I wanted to
I think your tool is stuck.
I
Let me
went
undo
to
it.
get the jog box just so happened the Irvingtonian Museum out of London was opening up when I started prepping up. So I had enough time to do all my jog classes to stand back to my prepping life.
Yeah, you got it.
you got it. Wait for the glue to come. Yeah.
What do you need that for? You built for digging.
Alright, bro. We'll see you in a little bit.
My goodness. Although we're all pretty excited right now.
Can we? Is there a spare chicken scoop we could borrow?
In the tote, yeah.
Gotta have that. Thank you.
Just gonna stick it over the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
One last look.
Yeah, let's take a look at it real quick.
Yeah, there's something.
It doesn't look like much yet, but that is. It's like bone. It's a
start.
Yeah.
It's going in too.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Good work, fellas. This is.
Quinn Ethan said it looks like frill.
You can't tell.
He looked from FaceTime, but yeah,
I trust
it's pretty flat. I mean, it's thin as hell, or heck. So
that's fine. That's an okay word.
Okay.
Hell Creek. It's in Hell Creek, exactly. Yeah.
So who knows? Could be like a rib again. That's kind of the
rib. We're not too sure.
thickness of what that whatever
Bone or
the heck that
whatever.
was.
I don't know what that is. We can't figure that out.
Really?
Dude, it's about this big and it tapers. It's thick and it gets super thin.
I don't think it's a ceratopsian rib, at least.
Yeah, we're not too sure what that is yet.
Could be a cervical rib or something potentially.
Yeah.
But it's really long.
It's really long.
Yeah. Well,
They
it
do
doesn't.
get pretty
But it
long,
doesn't
I guess.
curve. I mean,
Yeah.
you say taphonodic distortion.
You're talking
right?
about in the lab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it all out. It's super thin. It's thick.
Uh huh.
And it gets really thin. We actually had something right around here.
Uh huh.
This piece of bone, it's kind of like a rectangular shape.
Uh huh.
And it's thin. It's probably about a couple of centimeters thin or thick. But right in the center, it just bulges.
Weird.
It raises up. I'm like, what is this?
I'm having
such a
difficulty
weird-
picturing that. I'd
Yeah,
have to see
it's
it, I guess.
it's
Yeah.
very weird. And
Yeah.
I don't think I took a picture.
Yeah.
The underside, I took a picture.
Get to see this already? You got to see it?
Has everybody seen the bone we got?
I believe.
Also, this is a good opportunity if you've not drank any water in the last 10 minutes or put sunscreen on in the last hour or so. Think about doing that. Yeah.
I got the dirt.
Yeah. Cream up.
We gotta cream up. Sun's at the high.
Might need to set a little.
You should rest a little bit, Edie. I know you're excited. Yeah. Go find a shady spot.
Let me know when you find one.
Yeah. There is some decent shade. That overhang, if anybody needs it. Yeah. It's a really nice place to go have lunch too. If you're looking for shade around noon.
Or to hide from the rain.
Or to hide from the rain, yeah, which we did many times last year, I feel. Yeah. Yeah. Mako says, Nick, you better have sunscreen on.
I have sunscreen on. I actually need to reapply. So.
Thanks section in the chat. Yeah.
That's my brother.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah.
Landed in Utah and hung out there for a little bit and
Yeah.
came over here.
And Patrick Pirate says, a melanoma scientist approves of this message. Yeah, put sunscreen on. Do you actually study like melanomas and cancer, Patch? I guess you do, huh? That's cool. We've got such a cool chat.
Chat's awesome.
Yeah.
Chat.
And what's the temperature out here? Last time somebody plugged it in, it said 83.
83 billion.
It feels pretty hot, you know?
83 Celsius.
There we go, yeah.
Partly cloudy all week.
Parts of the sky that have clouds?
Yeah, there's parts of a cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get that cloud to.
We did get one that went right overhead, like right before I started streaming for like 10 seconds, maybe less.
For one swing.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Danny.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I told you this before this. I had never left California.
Really?
Yeah.
It's your first time out of the state?
Yeah.
And you're out here in Wyoming? That's crazy. You're going from the most populous state to the least populous state.
Yeah. 3 days
Yeah.
ago, I'd never been to a state, and within that time span, I flew over Nevada, landed in Utah, and then came over here to Wyoming.
Nice.
Cute.
Wow. Baptism by fire here. This is great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I landed in Utah, I was like, holy, what?
Yeah. Did you see the Allosaurus
Yes,
skeleton?
I did. My plane was right next to it. I walked out, I was
Nice.
like,
That's so cool. I haven't seen it yet. That was new as of last year, I think.
oh really?
Or
Wow,
maybe like last fall or something.
I
Yeah.
came the perfect time then.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. And like I was saying, Wyoming is the least populous state in the United States. There are fewer people that live in Wyoming than any other U.S. state. Fewer than Rhode Island, fewer than Delaware, fewer than Alaska. It's nuts. There's like population of what, like 600, 700,000, something like that. Might be 500,000. What's that?
There's more cows than people.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard there's more sheep than people too in Wyoming. Yeah, which is nuts. There's more wind than people. Yeah, that'd be true of many states though. Yeah. And Typo 114 says that guy went to my college. Which guy?
All I know is the show.
We got several here.
All I can do.
And oh, Dyson Dinosaur, Filippo Bertozzo. And he says, I've had some amazing times in my fieldwork in Wyoming. Yeah, it's a cool place, you know? Than people, I don't know. It'd be difficult to determine that because the vast majority of them would be buried, but yeah. Yeah.
He grew up and he's not
so he doesn't like Wyoming sounds glorious, says Patrick Wright. It's got its charms for sure, you know. Beautiful landscape. And this isn't even like we're not even looking at like the Teton Mountains or anything, the really picturesque parts. This is just, you know, southwest Wyoming landscape here.
Yeah. He just showed up to me, and the funny part is, so my dog at home at the time.
Pretty cool. I think we've got some more scoops in the tote down there too if you want an extra one. We should have 3 of the green ones that I packed. And we've got 2 up here, so there should be one more. The one with the red lid right there. Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Edie? Can we say hello? Can we say hi?
Edie, say hi.
We're just trying to be chill. Just trying to... there we go. Pantish. Get in the shade. Guess you are in the shade right now, huh? Yeah, we. Oh, like your bandana. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm gonna move the shade. I'm sorry. I gotta move. Nice. It's good to work on dinosaur papers while having a fieldwork trip. Nice, Dyson Dinosaur. Excellent. You're working on one of those ornithischian papers? Maybe an iguanodontian? Yeah. Yeah. Kenny says my grandma's hometown is 500 people. Is that in Wyoming? Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh. There's some towns here that aren't much more than like a post office and a gas station.
Hey Danny.
Yeah. Another one. Another one.
Another one.
Oh, nice,
Circular
Gwen.
in shape.
Again, I wouldn't be shocked if this is something different from our ceratopsid. If it's
that'd be interesting.
Could be turtle or something, or
yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, come on over here and look, Trin. Nice. The stuff is here. This is really encouraging.
Yeah.
Like, I was kind of worried that we'd be spending the entire month here and not finding anything.
I also thought the same thing, but I think he was gonna call it after like a week and a half if we didn't find anything. But...
Yeah.
So this here
I mean, now we're locked.
Yeah.
This here's the shell.
Careful.
Don't touch anything. Where did this go? Oh, right here.
Driving up to the lake later.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much yet, but it's something.
Once you peel this off.
Yeah. So we're kind of waiting to do serious digging until we get some glue. Again, we don't want to like.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No.
As he live streams.
Exactly. 324 people watching right now.
What's up, chat? The real ones know who I am.
Oh yeah. Do you have a music recommendation for us today, Quinn?
Oh, you know what I have been listening to is Amyl and the Sniffers a lot.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I've been bumping them a lot.
Yeah. Hurts is such a good song.
Yeah. Their new album's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Edie.
If you're a young child, though, first song on their newest album, I wouldn't listen to.
Fair. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
That's something you couldn't play on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's in this horizon. Huh?
Typo 114 says, what are the bones you guys are chasing after? Our wish list here. You know, if we have our druthers,
Nice, dude.
we'd love to be able to find some more skull bones from this
Like I
ceratopsid.
said, the ceratops, when it died, it just took a turtle with him, right? It just rolled over and...
We can find part of the parietal. Any more of the face, honestly, would be really good. But the frill is probably the most crucial part at this point. If we can find most of the frill, that would be phenomenal. With ceratopsians, your horned dinosaurs, the frill is one of the parts that evolves the fastest. And so,
Okay, I'm gonna see here, then I'm gonna go right behind you. And then,
yeah, it's often the most diagnostic parts are there in the face, in the frill.
so I'm gonna fix this right here.
Yeah.
And see if there's anything.
Oh, Lenino wants to know if Quinn has one N or two.
Full name is Quinlan. That's spelled with one N, but I spell it with two. I have no idea why.
Nice, okay.
I think it's just like a normal way to spell it is with two N's.
Cool.
But...
Yeah. Or Quaylon to his friends, you know.
Yeah. It's Quaylon to you.
Who was it, somebody at the DMV, or who was it who?
It was a gas station in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
And she was checking my ID. You Quaylon?
That's so great.
Yes, I am.
Nice. Yeah. It would be a thrilling find to find more of the frill. You're right, Pontius Pirate. You are right.
We need the parietal.
Yeah.
We need it.
Bring it to me.
Bring me the
parietal.
It also has dirt.
If we find anything else, I'd be happy with that. But
Yeah.
that's the goal for this year.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Nick.
What's up?
Ooh, we got something over here
What's
too.
up, boss man?
I don't know. Skyline, the river. It's just beautiful. Firework night. Oh, for sure. Made.
Looks like a plant. Or,
It does look planty, yeah. Could be a bit of a fossil root or something like that. It's thick.
Yeah, I've lived there for 7 years now.
Nice.
Lived in
So some of this plant stuff will be worth collecting if it's in good shape.
I found a phenomenal leaf. I don't know if you got to see it last year.
Yeah.
It was out prospecting.
Oh, nice.
It was about that big,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like your generic leaf, it was almost rounded, but at the edge it had teeth. It was
Nice.
So it's kind of like a weird intermediate, like tropical, not tropical plant.
Right,
where,
yeah, if it's got the serrations on it, like a temperate climate.
Yeah, so that was really cool. That's like a purplish ironstone.
Neat, yeah.
The other half is still out there.
Yeah.
I took one half because it was really heavy.
Yeah. Oh, I think I remember this now, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice stuff. Would you like to introduce yourself to the chat?
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Eric. Nice to meet you, chat.
You're from Pittsburgh too?
Yeah, outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
About an hour outside.
Nice, cool. Yeah. How many field seasons is this for you so far?
4th, my first one here, but
Uh-huh.
I have years down in Utah in the Morrison Formation,
Nice,
which is
yeah.
late Jurassic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
this is
late Cretaceous is something new to me.
Yep, much more recent than...
Yeah.
No. I'm
Yeah.
saying this whole
In fact, this might be closer in time to us than the Morrison is to this.
Oh,
I'd have to
yes.
like calculate it out, but yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
that's pretty funny. But yeah. Finding good stuff?
Yeah, I'm a grad student.
Nice,
by the
okay.
way, so
What do you work?
Formation microsites.
Oh,
So mostly
okay.
turtle and crocodile.
Yeah. Any sphenodontian stuff?
Not that I have.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. At that point, we've got proper turtles are already taken off and doing their thing by the late Jurassic. They're already pretty well established, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like latest Triassic or something that turtles evolved.
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah.
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 You got the weird fleshy covered.
Like trionychids or something like
Yeah.
that. Or yeah. Cool. We have. Yeah, you might enjoy working at Turtle Hill too. Have you been over there yet?
Yeah, I took a gander.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm sick of microsites right now. So.
Fair, yeah. We'll work on a macro site for once.
Yeah.
And this is certainly one, yeah. Hopefully we'll get some Some nice big bones out of here.
Where do you want to go?
Yeah, cool. And Alex, right?
Eric.
Eric! I say Alex. I'm so sorry. I'm just learning everybody's names. Eric, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Here? I'm gonna go over there.
Gosh darn it. I need to drink some more water.
This is a big turtle.
Well, he got in millions of pieces.
Do we think it's turtle now?
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Considering how small bones are, and then I remember finding a turtle chunk like right at that sandstone layer.
Just an explodo turtle.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say that, and then have our hopes lower.
I like that. That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
The Kyparowitz formation has conditioned me to think that anything small in Cretaceous is turtle until proven otherwise.
Yeah, fair.
I went to the Hell Creek and you couldn't go 5 steps without finding a turtle.
Yeah.
I found a really cool turtle shell. It reminded me of the band Kiss because it had these shoulder spikes. I found this giant spike off the shell, so that was really cool.
Maybe a Trianicid there too. They've got the
same
spikes
way.
coming out.
You can't spit without hitting them.
Yeah.
So what do you want to be?
Cretaceous, especially like the Hell Creek, is essentially like that's the, I think it might be the highest diversity of turtles that we have from any point in Earth history that we know of. There's something like 22 different species of turtle just in the Hell Creek Formation. That's a little bit younger than this, so the Hell Creek is the very end of the age of dinosaurs. The Almond Formation is just prior to that. That's, we're talking about 73 million years ago. The Hell Creek is as recently as 66 million years ago. So, yeah. So this is still, we should expect a ton of diversity for turtles here in this formation too. And I'm sure Fisher is just over the ridge at Turtle Hill finding all kinds of cool turtle bits right now. I'm sure he's in hog heaven. Yeah, when turtles were kings, says Urkacher. Yes, indeed. Fuzzy Hamster says this is cool. Thanks, Fuzzy Hamster. Welcome to Paleontologizing. Yeah. Emily says Eric has some solid bandanas. He definitely does. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Camel spider?
Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the mandibles right there. Nice. Too bad she's dead.
Yeah.
But really nice. Yeah. Yeah. What are they called? What's the
Solifuge.
Yeah, Sulfugidae. Yeah.
Oh, squirming.
Oh. She lives.
Yep.
Nice.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing us, Eric. This is really cool.
Dude, second arthropod?
Yeah, second arachnid.
Yeah.
Why is it doing that? Did you break its legs?
I don't know why she's all curled up like that. That's bizarre.
It owed me money, so I need to. God damn it. Nope. Sorry.
Maybe just you can see.
Nice. Cool. Thanks, Eric. Oh, so that's you could call it a camel spider, or I think they also get called. Is that the? No, that's a different group. Yeah.
I've heard them called solifuges. I've also heard them called sun spiders.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're cool critters. They've actually got a lot of arthropods out here. We're really lucky right now because this site last year we just had wasps all over the place. It was nuts. They just would not leave us alone. So we set out like traps for them because it's like, well, it's either that or just have them harass us all day. And I don't know how many hundreds of wasps fell victim to those traps. It was nuts. There were thousands of them. They were all over the place. I haven't seen a single one so far. So they must have just been having a big population boom, and now that's passed. And yeah, I think it was a really wet spring last year. So we had a ton of chipmunks, a ton of ground squirrels, a ton of wasps. Yeah. This year there seem to be more swallows. I've seen more swallows here than I've seen in recent years, which is nice. They might be violet green swallows, or I don't think they're cliff swallows. But anyway, we'll have more wildlife updates as more information becomes available. Yeah. Different critters in different years. It's true, Terminator Pig. Yeah. And hey, Fry1009, how are you doing? Hello, hello. It's good to have you here. Yeah.
That's what I was.
Anyhow, let me go get some more water in a second. And then we'll do a quick little station break. Yeah, so welcome everybody to Paleontologizing. If it's your first time here, thanks for joining us. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I'm here showing you what it's like to do field work, to dig dinosaurs out in western Wyoming. This is the best way that I know of for how to do science outreach. Trying to take you to where the action is and show you things firsthand, you know? Show, don't tell, as they often say. So I'm trying to show you. We've got a brand new species of ceratopsian dinosaur that we've been digging in this quarry for the past 2 years. And we're going to be knocking down more of this hill, so much of what you see here, these big rocks, these have got to go. So we can get further down and, yeah, see what else we can find. Whatever bones we can get from this critter will be really important when we go to finally, like, publish on it. So, yeah. Love the dig streams? Thanks, Terminator Pig. I'm glad. Yeah. And thank you, that Texas Cryptid Free. Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's great to have you here. Let me know if you got any questions. And let me get some more water, which was my objective for coming up here. There we go. Ah, good. Yeah. And dirt speck on the lens. I know, it's just, we've got scratches on the lens. There's something I can do about it, so I'm sorry. We'll just have to deal with it. I'm going to see if maybe I can order a new camera. Try and snag one off of eBay or something, but for right now, we just got to deal. That's the realities of streaming live from the field, is sometimes when you're working not in laboratory conditions, but under fieldwork conditions, sometimes the gear gets a little scratched. That's just how it goes. Yeah. And Heel says, I like the scratch lens. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. There's nothing I can do about it right now. Anywho. And how do we come across this dig location? It says, say on Viz. So this particular one here, this particular quarry that we're digging at, this was discovered 2 years ago by a paleontologist from the University of Bath in England. He kind of glommed onto our crew for a while, and he ended up finding this site when we were out prospecting one day. He found some bits of ceratopsian frill that, frill or bone, I forget exactly what the bits of float were that he found, but just bits on the surface spilling down the hill. So we followed that up, we figured out where they were coming out, we dug in, and we started to find more and more bones. So that's often how it goes when we find new sites. But the reason why we're working in this area at all, in the Almond Formation, near Green River, Wyoming, is because in the 1930s, there was a famous paleontologist named Barnum Brown. He's the same guy who discovered T-Rex up in Montana. He was working here in 1938, out prospecting, looking for dinosaurs, and he found quite a few of them. Some of those are now Museum of Natural History in New York City. Some of them have since been lost, too. We don't know where they... But anyway, he ended up coming here and finding a bunch of dinosaurs, and he never published on any of them. Never named any of them. So far, the dinosaur roster for the Almond Formation, still 0. There are no named dinosaurs from this formation. So every dinosaur that we find here is new, just based on the particular age of these rocks and their location. We, you know, have reasonable expectations that every single dinosaur that we find here will be something that's never been found before, new species. Never been named before, never described. Yeah. And it's funny because a few different field crews have come out here since Barnum Brown did in the 30s. There was a crew that came out here, I think in the early 2010s, and they didn't find anything. But Ethan Cowgill, who's our expedition leader, he's from Utah. Ethan he was trying to figure out, where can I set up a field program? Where can I go out and find dinosaurs? Dinosaurs that might be new, things that will be important. So he's looking through the literature, and then he was reading about the Almond Formation, realized that there's no dinosaurs described from this area, and it's pretty close to Salt Lake City. It's less than a 3-hour drive, I think. So yeah, he said, I'll go ahead and go out and look. And he started finding things all over the place. So we've had probably a dozen different productive sites in this area. We've got a few new ones just from last summer. So it's going to be up a lot of cool things. I'm excited about it. Yeah. Pictures in Astro. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's good to have you. Welcome to Western Wyoming. We're here digging in a quarry, trying to find more bits of this this mysterious horned dinosaur. Almost certainly a new species. Pretty excited about that. And it's our first day here, so we're still figuring things out, still training some of the new folks, still trying to find out which equipment we need at the site here. But yeah, I'm kind of taking it easy today. Doing some overburden. Most of us are taking a break right now because it's very hot out. But just trying to remove all of the excess rock over the bone layer so that we can get down and find some more horned dinosaur bones. Yeah. Good stuff. Anyhow. We've got a question from Peter NL Games. Why don't we move the big rocks on top first? We're going to do some of that tomorrow, but we don't have the equipment for doing that right now. Again, it's the first day. We're still kind of settling in. We left one of the pry bars in the truck, so that's what we would use for getting those down. Yeah. We don't have the chisels for the jackhammer either, which we might need for cutting some of those rocks apart. You know, trying to crack them open and move them in small pieces. So it's a lack of equipment today that's kind of a limiting factor. But it's good to be here, and we're already finding bones, which I was not expecting to do on the first day. So I feel like we're ahead of the game.
Sure.
Yeah. Terminator Pegasus, is it a long hike to camp? It'd be a very long hike to camp, yeah. Luckily,
Lord, yeah.
Luckily, we get to drive back to camp. Yeah. If we had to hike all the way here, that would be... it would be the death of us, potentially. Yeah.
With all that gear, too?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Apparently, a few years ago, Ethan camped right out here. And apparently it was kind of a nightmare. Were you there, Quinn?
Yeah, terrible.
What was that like?
So every night we would set her up on the campfire, make dinner and stuff, and then like 8 trucks would just roll up and be like, "What are you guys doing out here?" And then and they're always like strapped with pistols, and so it was like
50 cal on the roof, you know.
And then, like at night, like at midnight, there'd be like trucks and trucks and trucks.
Just going up and down this road, yeah.
Yeah, and like I guess there's like a ghost town not too far from here, so they like love going there and drinking and shooting off guns and
shooting the ghosts.
Yeah, shooting ghosts. they're ghost hunters.
Yeah.
They need to be hunted.
Well, you gotta always make sure that you get your proper tags, though. You talk to the DNR, you get your tags for the ghosts, because like, yeah. This your ghost tag? There you go.
One you have to study.
For me, this is year 3.
Year 3?
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to run into a,
I'm like, it's not
dinosaur ghost.
Like, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then you need
dinosaur ghost bullets.
Those are too hard to find.
Those are too hard to find, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay out the tall grass.
Anyway, if you're looking for more recent ghosts, I mean, you can make sure that you're like shooting the male ghosts, because like you don't want to shoot a pregnant female ghost. That'll like the numbers could decline. That's yeah. There's penalties for that kind of thing. You know how it goes. Yeah. Anyhow, harvest your ghosts responsibly, folks. Says Sloppy Salamander. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and make sure you eat what you shoot too. You know, make sure there's plenty of room in your ghost freezer for all that ghost meat.
Is that what for dinner?
Maybe we'll see. We'll check the ghost traps later and see if. Yeah.
You're taking all the stuff out.
Anyhow.
Yeah, right.
Make sure to take your ghost to a respectable dermis before mounting. Yeah, exactly.
Did you have to like rest for a day, make camp like, or did you make it like all one day?
Sounds like a History Channel. The whole time it's just like they're not actually working on anything. It's just yeah. Yeah. And I can't read your name in chat because it's the same color as the background. But somebody asks, "Do these guys smell bad?" I don't.
I'm wearing Versace.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. It's day one of fieldwork, so hopefully we don't smell bad yet. You know, give us a few weeks and.
Did they lose their helicopter film?
But anywho, yeah, I've got a lot of wet wipe. You know, try and bathe myself every night before I get my sleeping bag. It's important. Is there a shower at camp this year? No, really. See, there is not. No. Well, yeah, we've got a proper like aluminum toilet. You know, well, toilet. It's a box with a toilet seat over it, but it's an improvement over last year, which was a plastic bucket with a trash bag in it. So, yeah, we're moving up in the world. You know, we're camp feels a bit more put together than it has for the past 2 years when I've been here. So it's nice. Yeah. Yeah, fancy, says Joni Ann. Exactly. Yeah. Anywho. Do we at least have shower sprays? I don't know what that means, Patrick Crusader, so I'm going to say no.
Dry shampoo?
Oh, like dry shampoo? Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Shower spray? There's dirt right there.
Just take a dust bath, you know?
Exactly.
Like an elephant. Yeah, we think we're better than elephants around here? Of course not. Yeah. Professional proposal, says Melissa Total.
Yeah.
Spanish mail direction, thank you. Yeah, Melissa, I don't have a great deal of internet access out here, but I'll do my best to check for you. Yeah.
Do you have a ruler?
Yeah.
I'd like to get a good photo of this.
Oh,
Not that it really matters.
Anybody got a scale bar?
I do.
Nice.
We're good.
Oh, we going?
Yeah, we got one.
All right, cool.
You do?
Yeah, we're covered. Thanks, Ava.
The inside of this thing.
I mean, it works. Like a grain size book.
Yeah, I've just put some of the stuff in there.
Nice, Quinn. Shoot, I probably got a scale bar in my bag too. I didn't even think. But yeah.
So you get a scale bar?
I can block the sun for you, girl.
And Zlalok says, do you guys ever come across other fun geological finds besides fossils? Yeah, there's tons of rocks. I mean, you're looking at them. Look at this wonderful geology here.
We also found this kid.
They pulled me out.
Yeah.
I
Good
didn't want
find.
to.
He's a good worker, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picked him off the side of the road.
I think he's a new species.
I'm the missing link.
Yeah, like crystals or anything? No, we don't really find stuff like that. This is all sedimentary rock here, so sandstone, mudstone. Not the sort of thing where you're going to find big, you know, beautiful geodes or anything like that. We will get some gypsum, yeah, which is
calcite.
yeah. It's probably the least exciting kind of crystal you could find, but it counts, you know. Gypsum's a crystal, yeah. And we also use a lot of gypsum that we bring in, plaster of Paris, you know. Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, it's not like we're gonna strike it rich finding a gold mine here or anything. This is not the right kind of lithology for that. Yeah.
Hey, dude.
They're fogging up, really? Yeah. No, it's probably your mask. That's especially causing
Hope you didn't get that.
What? No, you're good. Yeah, I think we're digging a drainage ditch right here. This is excellent.
Okay.
So it doesn't fill up with water. Yeah, there were so many mud cracks in here earlier. This had clearly become a lake at some point over the past year. So it'll be nice to be able to drain this if it rains. At some point,
This is nothing.
Yeah.
There's my first time out with Denver Museum and Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument in Utah.
Yeah.
Was hadrosaur they'd been working on for years. It was in this extremely hard sandstone. That's how they'd been working on it for years. And because the rock was so hard, we weren't able to properly drain it. So over the couple of years it sat out there waiting for a helicopter big enough to lift it. It filled up with not just water, but all that fine dust from the saw. Created this very, very fine-grained mud. So
we'll get some Neosporin on, and I got one too.
like I said, we had to dig it out, and then the following spring they finally were able to airlift it.
Was it okay? Like, was it damaged by the water or the mud?
From having to sit in the water, it softened the stone, so that I wasn't there, but this is the story they told me, is that it was lifted into the air and the jacket folded like a taco.
Oh no! Oh.
Well,
yeah.
Best case scenario, just a few ribs, and the femur broke cleanly in half, so they were able to just put it back together.
That's nice. Okay.
So
yeah. As we say, glue is cheap.
Yes, not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, when you talk about a jacket failing like that, I always fear the worst. Like, everything just crumbles to dust. But it sounds like the Matrix is pretty hard there.
Another by the late Mike Terrell. They were airlifting a ceratopsian. He said it was the only time he'd ever seen a helicopter pilot have to jettison their load.
Oh, jeez.
So
yeah.
This jacket containing he said it just landed just.
That's awful. I'm sorry. Jeez. That happened in the Hell Creek one year with Museum of the Rockies. I was told a story where they were airlifting a Triceratops skull out, complete skull, beautiful. And then there were 2 buttons in the helicopter.
Oh, no.
There was a push to talk through your headphones button, and there was a drop cargo button. And then one of the crew members who had asked to be in the helicopter pushed the drop cargo button by mistake. So, yeah. I don't know if that jacket has been prepped yet, but it's probably a mess inside. Just awful. I think that might have been the horn resounding site. But, yeah. Yeah, anyway.
Thank God that's the exception and not the rule.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's got horror stories about this kind of thing, yeah.
Luckily, the pilots can very well gauge the weather and be like, nope, I can't do this before even trying.
Yep.
Ethan's here.
All right. Yeah, there's Big E. Okay, cool.
I can walk down to grab. What is it that we need?
We need glue, maybe a pry bar.
Glue, pry bar, and then are we...
Maybe shovels if we got extra shovels.
Jackhammer, fuel.
Yes, fuel, yeah.
Fuel, shovels, pry bar.
Yeah, cool. Nice work digging the drainage ditch here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gonna be some peace of mind there. I don't think have I caught your name yet?
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah.
Danny. Good to meet you, Josh.
Good to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, nice. Yeah. You did say that earlier, I think. Yeah. Cool. Have you gotten to see the Chicago Archaeopteryx yet?
I don't think since it's been added to the Field Museum.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
In a minute.
Yeah. I might get a chance to see it at the beginning of July. We'll see.
Danny, when was the Archaeopteryx put in Chicago?
Sorry, say again?
Can I have someone help me?
Yeah, can somebody go down there with Ava? Cool, thanks, Doug.
Need to help. Hey guys.
Yeah?
Ethan and he's gonna have help.
Oh, is he coming up here?
Yeah, he's.
Oh,
he
okay,
doesn't
cool.
need anybody to come grab.
Yeah, there's multiple people down there. Okay, cool.
I imagine he wants to see the bone.
Yeah.
Why'd you be as little?
Yeah, shoot, in one ear, out the other. It's
Josh.
Yeah. Sorry, Josh.
Good.
Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about the Chicago Archaeopteryx. Trinidad, you were asking a question.
Yeah, when was that added?
I want to say it was like a year ago.
Okay, so that is new. I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's like the 13th Archaeopteryx in the world.
It's pretty neat.
So, yeah.
I've been going to the Field Museum since I was a little kid, but
nice,
not interested in geology until college.
Gotcha, yeah. It's a really cool place. I've gotten to go to the Field Museum a few times, and it's something special.
It's a pretty awesome museum.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Is this your first time doing fieldwork?
Yeah.
Cool. How do you like it so far? The first day. It's too early to ask this question, but.
I'm liking the blisters.
Yeah. Gloves are important sometimes, especially if you're new to this.
I should have considered that when I was driving in.
Yeah.
Everyone's great.
Cool. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like Ethan's on his way up right now. I don't know if you can see him, chat, but there's a white pick-em-up truck down there, and 2 hazy figures walking toward us. It's Ethan and somebody. It might be Lauren.
That's what Lauren was wearing earlier.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Edie, I'm glad you're getting some rest.
Yeah, she's using my silhouette.
Yeah.
Taking advantage.
Nice.
Go for a drizzle.
Oh, I like the orange flagging tape there.
Yeah.
Smart.
Just in
Yeah.
case.
Nice.
They'll leave it.
Yeah.
We're getting it down the shower.
Orange duct tape's my go-to.
Unless you have your own ride-in, not often. Like.
Yeah. Here, let me get some more water here.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Anyway, should do another station break. Welcome to Paleontologizing. My name is I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I'm here in western Wyoming right now, in the late Cretaceous Almond Formation, digging up dinosaurs. This is our first day digging here this season, so we're still getting into the swing of things. But yeah, we're working at a site where we've got a brand new species, or maybe genus, of ceratopsian dinosaur that we've been excavating for the past 2 years. So we've opened the site back up, and we're already finding bone on the first day, which is way earlier than I was expecting to. We didn't plan for this, so we're gonna have to come back tomorrow and stuff. And yeah, but for right now, we're field work again. You know, it's been a year or months for me. So no, it's not even been that. I was doing field work in Utah just 2 months ago. Anywho, yeah, for many of us, it's been a year. So it's good to take it easy on the first day and kind of get acclimated, you know? Let me get some water. And can you get the dog some water? I think Edie's got some water. If not, I mean, we'll talk to Doug. He's got water for Edie. All right, let me get some water here. We're empty. I'm gonna have to go get another one. Yeah. And hey, Reelerello, how you doing? Hello. Yeah. Hot dog, dancing frog. Ended, then did? It's supposed to be Albuquerque, right? I know that song. Denver Fowler used to play that all the time when we were in the field. What was the song called? King of Rock and Roll or something like that? Bizarre song. But Denver had all kinds of eclectic songs on his not iPod. It was a creative player or something, some other kind of MP3 player. But man, he used that thing. He really got his money worth out of it. All right, let me go. Let's see if the signal holds. The dish is right there. Get a different water bottle. We'll run a little experiment here. We'll see if the signal holds from the Wi-Fi all the way down there. I did bring a little pole that I can mount the dish onto. I have that in camp, but I didn't bring it with me today. So we'll see. Anyhow, swap this out, get a different water bottle. Hey, Ethan. Let's see, here we go. More water, good. Hey, sweet shirt.
Thanks. Found it on the street. Some really cool guy was making them. He looked a lot like you, actually.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, thanks for finding bones.
I made that shirt for Ethan, in case that wasn't obvious. Yeah. So far, so good on the signal? Excellent. I'm glad it holds all the way down here. That's good. You put the dish up high, and it... generally, you try and put a Wi-Fi router as high up as you can get it, within reason. So, yeah. And that's working. Hey. Hey! I know you. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Katie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Katie with a Y rather than an I.
Yeah.
Good to see you back. Yeah.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, we've got 385 people watching right now. So
hello.
Some of you remember Katie with a Y. Yeah. It's good to have you back. You just flew in?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, we just got started here. I'm sure Ethan already told you, but we've already got bone. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, I know.
wasn't expecting that for the first week. It's probably turtle or something, but still exciting. Yeah. How long are you out here for?
Till the 10th.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Well, Nick has a Taurus.
All right. Yeah. Oh, we're getting some hellos. Hello, Katie with a Y, people are saying. Thanks for bringing the pry bar up, too.
Yeah.
That's going to be useful.
2 seconds. So, I gotta go get you the glues.
Yeah.
And the bits, but these flies.
It's going. What's your name again? Sorry.
Katie.
Katie, I'm Quinn. Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard.
I'm Adam. Nice to meet you.
I'm Eric. Nice to meet you.
So, jackhammer that.
I think tomorrow is get these boulders out.
I'm bad with names.
Let me get out of your way. I'm going to just set my water right here, so I don't have to climb all the way up there. But, yeah. Knocking things over. There we go. Cool. Thanks, Eric. All right. So for anybody who's just joining us, if it seems like there are too many people in the quarry, you're not wrong. It's not normally this crowded, but we're still starting off. This is our first day of digging this summer, and yeah, we don't have all of our sites open yet, so it's a little bit concentrated.
Which is nothing.
Hey Danny, have you seen any nails?
No.
I think Ava found one. A nail? Where?
Might be turtle, might be something.
It's okay. It's
Nails have to stay in the ground.
Oh, that's
Ava,
yeah.
you find a nail?
Maybe.
That's nice.
Oh, there was a tag that Ava was holding earlier. Yeah.
There was for sure.
Yeah.
It was like no, I know. We like stopped right here.
We it's been like an hour, maybe just chipping
our
down
quarry
this wall,
map has been completely
half a foot, and then
we have no quarry. We have no nails in place anymore.
Shoot.
Not the only one.
There was a good deal of like erosion up. You probably saw it earlier, right?
I haven't seen
You didn't come up here. Okay.
It was just in a
But it's just like mud cracks and everything up here. I think a lot of those nails may have been loose anyway.
See if you can find any. If we can find one nail, we might be able to salvage it. But so if you guys like nail, if you find a nail in place or even just on the surface, it cannot move.
Yeah.
It has to stay there.
Do you still have those photogrammetric maps that you made?
I didn't make them of this site.
You didn't?
It was all paper maps.
Oh, okay. I thought you scanned this site real quick with Scaniverse?
I scanned like 1 or 2 little pieces before they were sewn into things.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
So yeah.
Keep your one being here.
Keep your eyes peeled for little nails. I'm gonna go back to camp, drop Katie off, and come back with the bits and some glue.
Cool.
Thanks, boss.
Sweet.
Sorry about the nail.
It's all good. I mean, we just gotta find like this one.
Do we have any nails over here? Let's see.
Yeah. Isn't that one right there?
No, that's good plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There'll be little metal nails about this long. They look like a, like a masonry nail or a...
Okay.
Yeah. That will be a huge pain in the butt if we can't reconstruct our map from last year. Yeah.
Yeah, so when we find fossils,
And Somebody wants to know. I'm sorry, your name. Bedondi? It's the same color as the background. Does it become harder to find fossils as time goes on? Presumably the easier, obvious finds are already studied? To a certain extent, yeah. Yeah.
What do you believe?
I'm going to crouch down. We've got a vehicle going by, and oh yeah, there we go. It's a vehicle down there on the road. And we like to try and be as inconspicuous as possible. Again, we don't want to get swarmed by looky-loos or... Okay, they passed by.
All right, guys. If anybody can, $1,000 million trillion to anyone who can find a nail in place.
Yeah.
All right. See you in a bit.
Cool. Drive safe. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Somebody was asking about whether.
So they were spread out.
If it gets easier or harder to find fossils over time, it depends. Oftentimes, like there will be fossils in the ground that they'll be there for 100 years. And just like you walk by and they're always there, and then they get excavated and...
Do you have the drawings from last year? I do, yeah. Okay, maybe if we could have those, it might help.
Yeah. Look at some photos too. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, for sure.
Anywho, yeah, it can be really difficult to find fossil sites if all of the pieces on the surface get scooped up. That's how we find sites in the first place, is by looking for bits of fossil bone that are eroding out on the surface. You follow them up, you see where they're going into the hill, and then you dig in there. So if souvenir hunters, for instance, come along and just scoop up all of the surface pieces of bone, not only have you lost those pieces, but you might not be able to find where they're coming out of, because you won't be directed to that site in the first place. So, yeah, these are issues that we have to deal with, you know? Yeah. Anywho. And let's see. Somebody says, what are those yahoos doing? Exactly what you expect yahoos to do in the battle. Exactly, Sloppy Salamander, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Urkajerk asks a great question. What should we do if we're out somewhere and think we've found a fossil sticking out of the ground? Here's what you do. Take some pictures of it, and if you know how to do this, if you're a very savvy cell phone user, take a GPS reading. Some phones will automatically like geotag photos, but anyway, take photos, try to record where you are, and then send that information to your local paleontologist. Some states have a state paleontologist, like Utah does, and yeah, his job is to help preserve and study the fossils in the state of Utah on state lands. You might not know if you're on state land or public land or private land, but if you get good provenance data, if you have a GPS reading for where you found the fossil, then they'll be able to map that out and figure out who the land belongs to and what to do from there. I would not recommend trying to dig the fossil out because chances are you could destroy it. That's generally how these things work, is like if you're taking it out of the ground, you're destroying it. And knowing where it came from is just as important as having the fossil itself. Like, the location data is extraordinarily important. A fossil is worthless if you don't know where it came from and when it came from in time, in geological time. So having that information is essential. It is the most important thing. So if you find a fossil in the ground, take some pictures, take a GPS reading, and email it, the photos and the GPS reading to your local museum, to a paleontologist, to a Bureau of Land Management official, somebody like that. And it could be something important. Lots of dinosaurs that are named after regular people who discovered them. And that's almost a form of immortality to have it, or any kind of fossil organism. That's incredibly cool, you know, to have been able to contribute to science like that and be honored having your name immortalized like that that's super, super cool. So if you're interested in fossils, if you want to help advance the field of paleontology, if you ever find a fossil that you think is important, take a photo, take a GPS reading, email it to a paleontologist, to a museum, to a BLM official, whoever. Yeah. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. I like to go on adventures sometimes, and I would likely try to contact you, says Urkajerk. Okay, cool. Yeah. I might not be the best person to contact, but I can try and put you in contact with somebody who would, who actually works in that area, somebody who can help you out. Yeah. Streams, Blint, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Good to be out here in the field. Yeah. Anywho. And what watch is that? This is an old fossil watch that I have with a metal cage over it. I used to only use this as a field watch because I've had other watches in the field and the crystals sometimes get smashed or cracked. This metal grate on it, that metal cage, helps prevent that from happening. So I've had this watch. My grandpa got it for me for my 18th birthday. So I've had it a good while. Yeah. And is there a fossil find hotline? There isn't. But if you contact your local Bureau of Land Management office, if you're here in the United States, they should be able to direct you to the proper person to contact.
Well, it's technically Glenn's stores.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. 3 whole years ago? There you go, Salivator, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and the U.S. Geological Survey, also, yeah, they'd be good people to contact, Lenina. Thank you. Yeah, the USGS. Yeah. In the early 1990s, Bureau of Land Management television PSAs, public service announcements, these commercials, with some of the cast of Jurassic Park. So I actually have some of these as my alerts back in the office. But be like, hi, I'm Sam Neill from Jurassic Park. Like, if you or your family think you found a fossil, or if you'd like to learn more about where to see dinosaurs and other fossils, contact your local Bureau of Land Management office. It says something like, what is the phrase?
Our first one's 2050. Danny, we got a nail.
You found a nail?
We got a nail.
All right, let's go take a look at that. Does it have a tag on it?
It's got a tag on it.
-2.
All right, we're saved.
This way, and then.
Yeah, so we can use this as a grid to try and find the rest of them too, if there's any more in situ. But yeah, excellent. 15 north, 51 west. Okay, cool. Cool.
Starting point is 20. 20.
Okay, nice. Excellent. Very good, very good. Somebody should text Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't leave, John.
He'll find out when he finds out.
Yeah. But this is good. For everybody at home watching.
Now we're gonna have to redo it completely. But
have to redo the grid?
The grid, probably, yeah.
I
don't want to do it now.
No, we won't do it now. We'll do it in the morning when we're feeling fresh.
Yeah. I hate doing grids.
Yeah, I do too. No, it's nobody's favorite part of the job. Maybe it's somebody's favorite part of the job, but they're probably like, a masochist. But anyway, this is really, really important. The reason why we do this is when we're coming to a site like this, especially year after year, it's really important to be able to document where each of these bones comes from. I was just talking about how provenance data is so important. Because we'll take all of the bones that we find and we log them onto a quarry map. So we can tell, like, this is where all the bones are, this is how they're arranged. That can give us some important clues about this ancient environment. Is this a stream bed? Is there a current moving through? Why are the bones scattered in this direction? That kind of thing. It might even be able to give us some clues as to where to find more bones. If it seems like the flow direction is like this in an ancient river, then we could look downstream for more of those bones. So this is important stuff. And when we're doing things like working on federal land under Bureau of Land Management permits, this is kind of one of those crucial steps where we need to make sure that we're properly documenting everything at the site. And this is how this is different from, like, say, a commercial operation, where they're just trying to yank things out of the ground as quickly as possible, because time is money, you know? We don't work like that. We're trying to do things properly, the right way. And so that's why we make these quarry maps like that. And you'll be seeing more this summer. It's a good thing that we've got that nail there. Yeah. Wyoming says a Cretaceous nail. No, this is a nail from, or maybe 2023 right there. I'm guessing 2024. Yeah. So now that we've got that one, we should be able to reconstruct the rest of them too. The ones that may have been accidentally dug up, or ones that may have been carried away by, well, we shouldn't have been carried away by water. But I don't know. These things do have a tendency to disappear, so it's good that we've got that one there. We can use that to
Maybe we should do it with the impact array.
map out the rest of the... Oh, instead of the nails? I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay in better.
They'd be much more resilient. Yeah. And we can use thicker wire than that, too, to put them on there, like mechanics wire, rather than just this really thin stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got mechanics wire back in camp.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I think that's a great idea, Quinn.
So,
For if and when we come back next year.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Cool.
All the little bits for the jackhammer.
All right.
Construction site up here.
Let's see.
Sorry.
And it sounds good, Lenina. Drive safe. Thanks for being here.
Danny, are
Yeah.
you gonna be here tomorrow too?
I'm not sure if Ethan wants me here tomorrow. Probably, I'm guessing, but
I'd like you here.
yeah.
It would be nice.
All right. I'll do my best, Quinn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to be here too.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some of these other sites, though. Did you get to go to Purple Puzzle or anything?
I have not been to Purple Puzzle.
I haven't either.
I think I missed out on a couple.
That may have been after you left, actually, that got discovered. Yeah.
I haven't seen Josh's Knoll also in like 4 years, so it's like.
I've never even been there, I don't think.
Yeah, it was an early
Yeah.
find.
That's Ethan's brother, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at Purple
Yeah.
Puzzle
See how that fruits.
last year with a couple other people.
Yeah.
We hauled probably like 300 pounds of bones. It was
Nice.
We had like 20 or 30 gallon bags filled with
Shoot.
of bones.
That's awesome.
They were just
Yeah.
pouring out of it.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
You can get some more water.
It's a really weird steep hillside that just has bones falling out of it.
Scoot by here. All right. Zana Zabar says, "You ever thought to bring a metal detector to find said nails? That's an interesting idea." Huh. No, I don't think we've thought of that.
What about those little, like, wands?
Wands like,
Metal detector wands?
Yeah, that might work. Like they use at the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be pretty portable, I would imagine. Mm. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And let's see. What are we digging for there? Says Rilla. So this is the ceratopsian site, like it says in the title. So this is a site we've been working for the past 2 years. We've just reopened it today for the season. But we've got a brand new species of horned dinosaur here, which we're very excited about. We're trying to find whatever else we can from this animal, which is going to require a lot more overburden. Overburden is our word for removing all of the excess rock and stuff above the bone layer. So where Quinn and Nick are digging right there, that's roughly where the bone layer is. Maybe a little bit lower is where the ceratopsian stuff is. So all of this rock above,
What's that?
we're going to have to remove some of that. Maybe all of it. As much as we can over the next month. It's going to be a ton of work, but should be worth it if we find more of this brand new horned dinosaur.
Look at that cool fruit assemblage.
What do we got in here?
Assemblage. I'm not sure how important that is.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
But,
Yeah, some planty material in there. Enough. Very nice. Good spot, Nick.
Good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so this might look like it's going to be pretty difficult to remove. It's going to be more difficult than you think, probably. It's going to be a lot of work.
It's only a
man.
few tens of thousands of pounds.
Maybe like 10 tons of rock in there. Maybe more. I don't know. Yeah. It's difficult to estimate. But shoot, it's going to be a ton of work. So again, this is just our first day here. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. And Fuzzy Hamster, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuzzy Hamster, yeah.
Thanks, AJ. Yeah. Yeah. And is that even possible in that amount of time? Reela Rolla, we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to see how much of that we...
Took a foot in today.
Yeah, we've made some decent progress.
Ethan said, "Thank Christ."
We found the nail. Yeah.
The nail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Holy Christ.
Right. Yeah. And some of those rocks do look pretty precarious. We'll be knocking those down soon. Yeah, the one just teetering over Adam right here, getting ready to
Squash me.
just squash him flat. And Edie too. Oh.
Gone.
Yeah. And does mining / quarrying yield many fossil finds? You mean like a commercial mine or quarry? Yeah, some of the first dinosaur fossils ever published scientifically were from quarries in England, from like commercial quarries. You know, they're quarrying various kinds of stones for various building purposes. I think that may have been the Stonesfield quarry. That's a famous one. That might be where Megalosaurus came from. Yeah, and then even today, there are mining operations that occasionally unearth really important fossils. The example that most people might be familiar, that some people might be familiar with, is Borealopelta, this really cool, beautifully preserved ankylosaur from Alberta, Canada, and that was discovered in like an open pit mine, and it was remarkably well preserved.
That only got found because the guy operating the machine had gone to a museum the day before.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. The machine operator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like when he saw it, it's like, oh, that could be something.
Yeah. So again, the importance of museums.
Yeah, and the Irvington site, that was a quarry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
a gravel quarry.
That was how I got my experience finding fossils. Like when you look at it,
yeah.
Like I don't know if you've seen the bone that I found when I was helping out during a volunteer event, but it's so lissified that it's just so fused with the rock. It almost looks like sandstone. I just noticed a little bit of bone when I was going through the gravel.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, just about any place where people are digging in sedimentary rock and moving a lot of it, there's the potential to find cool, important fossils. So yeah. Yeah.
That is not 80 out.
Yeah, make sure you drink some more water. Yeah. Can somebody do the weather command and figure out what the current temperature is right now for us? I'm guessing it's probably in the high 80s, if not hotter. Yeah, Mantellosaurus is found in coal mines. Yeah, there you go, salamander, yeah. Yeah. And Iguanodon bernisartensis famously was discovered in a coal mine in Belgium. In the town of Bernissart.
And wasn't the ankylosaur or notosaur? I don't remember which one was, but it was found in a mine in
Canada. Yeah, I was just talking about that.
Okay.
Borealopelta, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And 86 degrees. I'm guessing it's probably hotter than that, honestly.
Feels like it's 120.
It's been a long day.
But isn't that Iguanodon now Mantellosaurus as well? No, that's not on Bernisartensis. That's Salpy salamander, yeah.
Wasn't Motoburosaurus once considered an iguanodon?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, when it was first discovered.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Iguanodontia and Rhabdodontid. We're really kind of not sure what's going on.
Yeah, it's a weird animal. Yeah. And I'm not even sure if we know exactly how old it is. I don't know if those rocks have been well dated.
It's the only gnathophod, or at least Chinese dinosaur form from Australia.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was going to include that into my matrix, but I was like, this thing's really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how bad.
Nobody knows quite what it is. Does it have a thumb spike or not? I'm not sure if we know about that. I know it's got a weird snout though. Yeah. Yeah.
I got a oyster knife here. We're just cleaning up, just making so.
Rocks on top a different color. So a lot of these are going to be different lithology. So these rocks up here are sandstone, and so they've got a different chemical composition from, well, than some of the other sandstones. Not all sandstone is identical. And then down here we've got mudstone, where our ceratopsian is coming out. Well, kind of a sandy mud. It's the lithology here is kind of weird, but yeah.
You'll be able to see what you're digging and like not destroy it.
Anyhow,
because it's easy.
And Fuzzy Hamster says Nevada has a ton of mines, and we do dig up mainly fish. I've actually dug up some fish in the town of Pliocene in age, maybe Pliocene. But yeah, those are like I think diatomite mines. So you've got this diatomaceous earth that comes from there, made up of all of these shells of ancient diatoms, and yeah, it's used in all kinds of different applications, from kitty litter to like filtering beer when it's being brewed. Diatomaceous earth has got a lot of different uses. But there's all these beautiful sticklebacks and killifish and other fishes like that from there. It's neat stuff from these big inland lakes that existed at that time. So yeah. Anyhow, it might be good to take a thermometer, says Terminator Pig. I've got one, but the batteries on it died, so I gotta. Again, this is still our first day. You know, we're still getting settled in here. Not everything is put together yet.
You want to put the goggles on?
But yeah.
Yeah, we could pour a little bit in the goggles. Oh, do you want the goggles?
Mm-hmm. It's good for insect control. Interesting, Cinderella. See what I mean? Lots of different applications for that stuff. It's very useful.
I'm just gonna pour out some water and track it.
It's like the ultimate fly thing.
We getting too many flies?
No, they're wasps.
Oh, the wasps are coming back? Shoot.
Yeah, I think it's because when I was pouring water for someone here, some of it kind of got on the ground, so they start coming over here.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
No, I know.
Also, when we're just digging in the ground, we're unearthing residual moisture there. So they'll be attracted to it. This is an issue that we had last year. Some of you might remember just all the wasps at the site. So we usually just put some water in a scoop, and then, yep, we got our first customer here. They're very eager. They'll drink out of there, and many of them will drown in there, and that's
why we wanted to name the ceratopsian Hornet.
Yeah.
For the horns and the.
I forgot we gave it that name.
Yeah.
Go get some water. Anyhow, yeah. Imagine being a wasp out here. You're living in this hyper dry environment. This might be the only time you ever actually encounter liquid water in any kind of quantity. And you're like, oh boy, water! And then you immediately drown in it. Just...
Suffering from success.
Yeah, too much of a good thing. Yeah. Let's see. Is it in there? No, left. Okay.
Any luck, Eric?
Anyhow. And let's see. Ricola says hello from Switzerland. Hello, hello, Ricola. And welcome to Western Wyoming, out here in the desert Badlands, the Rocky Mountain West. We're digging up a new species of horned dinosaur out here, or trying to anyway.
Okay, it's just over the hill.
It's our first day of the field season, and we're already starting to find bones, which we're not expecting to do. So exciting stuff.
Yeah. Just like crest the hill, go over a little bit, and you'll be able to see them. You can hear Fisher screaming. It's just like, yeah, it's like the light left.
And is it possible to put up any sort of tent above the dig site to protect from the sun? Says Corliv. So it is possible at other sites where I've worked. We'll use shade tarps. So we'll take a big like mesh tarp and then set up one side of it there, and then set up support poles so it's like a big awning over the site. It's not normally this hot out here this time of year, so yeah, I don't think we have any shade tarps with us.
Yeah, I guess more help the merrier.
But yeah, also that would make us more conspicuous from the road, which we're trying to avoid. So I don't know. Everything's a trade-off, you know. But if it continues to be this hot, we might think about getting some shade tarps up. Going into town and buying some. Yeah. But anyhow.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah.
Did you ever see another glove like this one?
No, but if I do, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me get some more water. All right. And do people ever call the police on you? I can imagine some people being a bit suspicious. It's happened before, yeah. But we've got all our permits and everything, and you know, it's all legal. It's all proper. It's just we don't want people around here realizing that there are dinosaurs to be found here. So we're trying to keep that a little hush-hush until we finally publish this stuff, because we don't want our sites getting poached or vandalized. You know, it's an issue in places like this. Anywho. Yeah, and hey Pandarius, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Welcome back to Paleontologizing. Yeah. Cinderelli says, when the team hid from that vehicle, it reminded me of the hobbits hiding from the Nazgul, lol.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's good.
Oh. We really were just like.
Kind of, yeah. It's quiet, nobody talk.
That was funny. We all went silent.
Yeah. Which we didn't have to, but.
No. He said, hey, you guys.
This sucker, dude.
Come see what we're doing.
Ooh, and he sees when I move my hand too. That's the worst part.
And Koroslivska Krevetka says, why so? People would want to dig dinosaurs themselves to sell? That's part of it, yeah. And then, like, we would also we would run the risk of people coming to our site and just messing things up, stealing our gear, you know, trying to steal the fossils to sell, that kind of thing. And sometimes people aren't trying to steal the fossils to sell. Sometimes they're just like, oh, well, there's something in the ground. Let me hack at it with a shovel. And then they just completely destroy the bones. Well, it seems to happen the most in Utah, honestly. Something about you love to destroy things. Anyway, it's probably a sample bias thing. It's like, you know, I'm in contact with a lot of people who deal with these problems in Utah. And so I hear all of the stories from Utah, but yeah. And Pandaria says there are people in Wyoming. Yeah, well, there's us, and about 500,000 other people, maybe. But yeah, Wyoming is the least populous state in the U.S., like I said earlier. Smallest population out of all 50 states, which is crazy to think about, because it's nowhere near the smallest state in terms of area. But it is absolutely the smallest state in terms of population.
Exactly what he did.
Yeah.
It was just like.
And
it was a beautiful day.
there are dozens, says Lilac. Yeah. Yeah. And Anya him says, is there any way to is the only way to differentiate a new species by visuals and location alone, or do you take other factors into account? There's a lot that goes into it. So for part of it, it's the age of the rocks. So, you know, this is the Almond Formation here, about 73 million years old. And so there are no dinosaurs that have been named from the Almond Formation. dinosaurs are constantly evolving and changing. They don't stay the same. It's not like you've got the same kind of dinosaur for tens of millions of years or anything. So if you've got a jump in time like that, you know, you're going to have new species. So that's one factor. Another one is like of the bones, what the animal looks like. You know, you can tell that it's new just by looking at that oftentimes. You know, use a little bit more objective means for trying to eliminate some of your variables. Like you can run histological tests where you're cutting the bones open, looking at the growth rings inside, like the rings of a tree. Tell how old the animal was when it died. So if it's clearly a mature animal and the histological samples show that it was done growing, it's full grown, it's mature, then you can tell, oh, okay, this is something new. It's not just a juvenile of a previously named dinosaur or something like that, you know. So there's lots of stuff like that that goes into it. With this, we're looking for more bones, particularly from the skull of this ceratopsid dinosaur. Because if we can get those, it can help flesh out what the whole head would have looked like. And in ceratopsian dinosaurs, the horned dinosaurs like Triceratops, the horns and frills and face, they all evolve really quickly. And so those are the most distinctive parts of each of those dinosaurs. Like, the bodies tend to be pretty similar looking. They're not very diagnostic, as we would say. But the skull is very diagnostic. Those horns and frills and faces, they change a lot as these animals are evolving. And so those are the parts that you want. Those are the most informative pieces. So we're hoping to get more of those here. Yeah. So yeah.
Everybody.
Anywho.
Do you have to do a field course? What's that? You have to do a field course? It's not required for the major, I don't think. Do they offer field courses?
No. You can find your own.
Yeah, there's a ton at the University of Minnesota that people do.
If we notice a car driving past, we might freeze for a minute till it goes by. But it gets a life or death thing. It's just, we might as well freeze if we see a vehicle. Somebody will call it out and we'll go, everybody stay still, vehicle. Yeah. Anywho, let's take another look at what everybody's working on over here. Nice, got this area cleared off over here. This is great. Yeah. Excellent. Your shirt there. Is that an Ewok shaking hands with the devil?
It is. I'm kind of cooking it today. I didn't think it was...
It was meant to withstand temperatures this high?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your
Sure.
People love it, dude.
Oh, I like it. It's good.
Weird shape. I'm not too sure what's going on here.
That is
Maybe
interesting.
a big branch.
It almost looks vegetative, yeah.
Yeah, so,
could just be a weird form in the rock, but the texture almost reminds me of something planty, like a big root. Yeah, I'd say take some photos and dig around it some more.
That's what I'm going to do.
Although, you remember what we thought that horn was?
Oh, it turned out to be a root?
No, the horn that we were actually looking at.
Oh, yeah, we thought it was...
we thought it was just rock.
Yeah, for the longest time, yeah. So it's... Yeah, be careful around it. Could turn out to be... Yeah. It does have that groove on it that almost reminds me of horn texture, but I would need to see that continue across the whole thing.
But you should never use color to judge, right?
It can mislead you. Yeah.
It's not a deciding factor, but it can definitely sway.
And hang on a second. Car game at Zachary Jagan, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Xandros says, what was the greatest find in your paleontology career? Oh, hang on a second. I'll answer that in a second. But Quinn, we got somebody in chat saying hi to you. Who do you think it is?
Is it Anya?
It is Anya.
Hey, girl. I miss you, baby.
Oh. Quinn is. It's been great seeing him out here. So thank you for letting us borrow him for a while. We're taking good care of him out here.
He talks about you non-stop.
He's very happy out here, but he does say that he misses you a lot. So
I do.
Yeah.
Come out here sometime, hey?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Anyway, good to see you, Anya. Thanks for saying hello. Yeah. I didn't realize that was the same Anya in the chat earlier. Yeah. Yeah. All right, now we had a question about what was the coolest thing I found in my career so far, and that would be another new species of horned dinosaur that I found back in 2012 in the northern Montana. Horned dinosaur. Not too different from what we're digging up here, honestly. But that one is from older in time. That one's about 79 million years old. This one's about 73. So, yeah, lot can change in 6 million years. Yeah. Oh, and we're back? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, yeah, the joys of Starlink, indeed. Old Mama Dragon, yeah. So, yeah, let me repeat what I was saying. So, yeah, the coolest thing I've ever found was a new species of horned dinosaur in the Judith River Formation of Montana, about 79 million years old. Pretty similar to Chasmosaurus, but older. Exciting. And it should be published in a few years, we hope. But it's not super high priority at that museum. It's being held at the Badlands Dinosaur Museum in Dickinson, North Dakota. We actually saw it on stream when I was there in February. Yeah. The Judith River Formation, Pandarius, in Montana. Yeah. Yeah, and my crew chief, he named the site Danny Ceratops. I found it back in 2012, but that will not be the name of the dinosaur once it's published. Just so you know.
Yeah, my friend tried to get me on as well because he was like, I'll do my GoPro. I'm like, well,
anywho, yeah. And here we're digging up another species of horned dinosaur, another new one. Brand new to science, so pretty exciting stuff. So not my first new ceratopsid, I can tell you that.
He posted his pictures on Paleo stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. We got 462 people watching. Not too shabby.
I know.
We're not even on the front page or anything. This is pretty good.
Are you serious?
So yeah.
Dude, I got to sign it.
One of the first things she asked you.
Give me some more water here, and then I might think about wrapping up the stream before too long, unless we find something else. We'll see. Ethan was going to run back to camp, grab some more supplies, and then it might be time to head out for the day after that. Yeah. Yeah, anyhow. And how long will we be out there for? The entire month, Nazoon. It's what, June 1st today? Is that right?
May 31st.
It's May has 31 days? When did that happen? Yeah.
I was surprised too.
Yeah. Well, okay. I will be here through the end of this month and then through the end of next month as well. Through the whole month of June. So, yeah, it'll be good. Just like I was last year. Yeah. And Dingo the Rex says maybe we'll find a polystrate fossil tree. Do you mean a fossil tree that moves like it's got multiple different ages of rock that it's shot through? That's not really a thing. But yeah. I mean, you can have it where there's like a ton of rock that was deposited from the same time, but yeah, polystrate fossil trees are kind of a creationist myth. Don't get me started on that. Anywho. And Roseanne says it's been 13 years and it's still not published. You're talking about Danny Ceratops? Yeah. Does it usually take that long? It often does. Yeah. Sometimes it takes decades. There's some famous examples of this, of like a dinosaur that was dug up 20 or 30 years before it was finally published. Thessalosaurus and it's big for what it is. It's a beaky plant-eating dinosaur from the very end of the Cretaceous. Thessalosaurus, a little plant eater. the full genus and species name for the type species is Thescelosaurus neglectus. It's called neglectus because, Thescelosaurus means marvelous lizard. Neglectus means neglected. Because after it had been dug up, I think in like the 1880s, it just languished in a crate in the Smithsonian for like 20 or 30 years before it was finally described, I think by Charles Gilmore, I want to say. So yeah. Sometimes it takes a long time, even for marvelous fossils to get published. It happens, you know? Yeah. And will you find a spino in that formation? You mean a spinosaur starflower egg? No. Not only were spinosaurs extinct by this point, the spinosaurs go extinct around 100 million years ago. We're digging in rocks that are about 73 million years old. So the spinosaurs are already gone from this earth at this point. Not only that, but also we don't have any spinosaur material from North America. We've got them from Africa, from Europe, from Asia, potentially from Australia, and from South America, but none from North America yet. So either they never made it here, or we just haven't found them yet. But they would definitely be in rocks older than this. The youngest Spinosaur fossils are from northern Africa. It would be like Spinosaurus, I think, is the last of the Spinosaurs that we know of. So, yeah. Then they blink out of existence about 100 million years ago. Yeah. Anywho. Paleontology research goes on geological time. I mean, sometimes, Zlalok. That's the thing, is that Denver Fowler, my old crew chief, who's going to be describing Danny Ceratops, he's got so many other things that he's working on. And they're, I think, probably leaving for the field like this week. But they do a solid 3 months of field work every single year out there in northern Montana. And they're finding tons and tons of specimens, and they're publishing on them all the time. So they've got like a really long backlog of things. And Danny Ceratops is not necessarily a priority. It'll get published, hopefully before somebody else finds the same thing and names it. But yeah, we don't want to get scooped. But it's just not a super high priority right now, for them at least. They got so many other things going on. Yeah. And Debleg FR says, what happens then if the same new species is found in different places? Would the communication within the paleo community be enough to connect the dots? Oh, you'd hope so. Yeah. There have been a lot of times before where the same kind of dinosaur gets named multiple times by multiple different crews, so it can get really confusing. Probably the most famous example of this would be like during the Bone Wars between Othniel Charles Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope. Each of these guys was finding, they were sending out crews that were finding the same dinosaurs and then giving them different names. They did this for dinosaurs, and they did this for Cenozoic mammals as well. There were several kinds of Brontothere or Titanothere, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, they named the same critter like 18 different times, essentially. So yeah, if you're not working carefully, if you're not well with other folks within the field, mistakes happen. Anywho. Hope you don't get scooped. Thank you, Pandarius. I appreciate that. It's not up to me, though. But yeah, Pate B says, I love the links. Yeah, thank you again. Charlie's Dragon, one of our faithful moderators, for posting those links in the chat. For people who want to learn more. This is supposed to be an educational stream, you know? I want people to get excited and get interested and do some more reading. And so having those links in the chat is helpful, for sure. Yeah. Anywho. I wonder what is the dinosaur taxon with the most names, this flappy salamander? It might be something like Allosaurus. I think Allosaurus was named like 12 times by Cope and Marsh. There was Allosaurus, there was Enterodemus, there was Epentarius, there was... there's so many other names. If you go to the Wikipedia article for Allosaurus, there should be a little bar on the right side with like vital stats, and then it should say synonyms. you can count how many different names are in there for synonyms. That's when the same critter was given different names at different times, and they're all Allosaurus, it turns out. So yeah. But yeah. And Tomek says, was this a valley too during the dinosaur era? Tomek, no. So this, see this landscape right here, right now? This is a result of mountain building. So when the Rocky Mountains came up, there's a lot of uplift that happens. You can actually see how the beds are tilted right here. If you look closely across the road over there, you see how they're kind of tilted downward this way? So there's been a lot of uplift. This used to be sea level here, believe it or not. 73 million years ago, this was kind of the shore seaway. So the middle of North America was inundated by what we call the Western Interior Seaway. In Midwest, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, all the way out here to we're kind of on the margin of this 73 million years ago. So this would have been a big coastal delta environment at sea level. And then to the west of us here, the Rocky Mountains are starting to come up. And as they're doing that, material from those mountains is being eroded, and it's filling in the basin to the east. And that's where the sediment comes from that was burying these dinosaurs that we're finding here. But yeah, some of these other rocks over here are marine rocks. So they represent the bottom of the ocean. So as that Western Interior Seaway is advancing and retreating as sea level rises and falls over millions of years, this area becomes inundated by seawater, and then it becomes dry land again, and sometimes it's like a delta environment kind of in between. And that's what we think is the kind of environment in which this dinosaur was deposited here. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. This landscape once looked very, very different. Instead of being 7,000 feet in elevation, it was at sea level. But we've had this part of North America get pushed up and up and up, higher and higher into the sky by mountain building activity. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. And oh, Riot was asking if we get to keep the fossils. No. So the whole point why we're digging these up is for science. It's not for personal gain. It's not for fortune and glory. It's not to be able to keep these things. These fossils are going to be reposited in the Cincinnati Museum of Natural History in Cincinnati, Ohio. They were kind enough to help us out with the permitting process and be our repository. So the official forever home of these fossils will be Cincinnati, Ohio. And yeah, that's the cool thing about being on a crew digging up dinosaurs like this is not going to be auctioned off. It's not going to end up on some rich jerk's mantelpiece or something like that. These fossils will be in a museum for hundreds of years into the future. Long after we're all dead, these fossils will be there, held in the public trust to be studied by scientists and enjoyed by the public. That's pretty darn cool. Like, we all here know that we're contributing to something far larger than ourselves. Something that will extend for centuries into the future. For as long as there are museums, for as long as society continues. And that's kind of what drives us, you know? We know that it's bigger than any one of us as individuals. That's a cool feeling. Yeah. I've always loved your passion, says that Janky Gamer. Thank you, Janky Gamer. I appreciate that. It's good to have you here. Let's take another spin around the quarry, see what else is going on, and yeah. It's room for 2 hours, 30 minutes so far. Not bad. All right, anything new over here?
Nah, I still don't know what this is. It must be just a big tree branch.
Could be, yeah. Doesn't look particularly bony. Yeah, the right side of it doesn't.
Yeah, this is a lot of plant material.
Nice. Still cool to have, though. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
73 million year old plant there.
First human to touch it. Right?
Yeah. Nice.
Being very conservative for the day.
How many people you got watching?
It dropped a little bit. We've got 433 right now. It's pretty good. Yeah. Again, not even on the front page right now when we've got that many viewers.
Yeah, that's
pretty good. Yeah.
Is that coming up? Front page?
Maybe. I got to send some emails to the folks at Twitch and see if we can get that, because that'd be pretty cool. You know, the more people we can reach with science outreach like this, the better, you know? I want to get people excited about paleontology. I want them to understand the importance of this kind of work. You know, how digging these fossils up here, it helps fill in gaps in our understanding of the history of life on Earth. The more that we learn from here, the more that we understand this great context that we exist in. You know, as human beings, it's really important to understand kind of where we come from and what critters were here before us.
My uncle was a fly. My family were flies.
Anywho, think about it. You know, dinosaurs existed on our planet for about 170 million years. They ruled the Earth for much of that time. And then they went completely extinct, except for birds. If it weren't for paleontology, we wouldn't realize that birds are dinosaurs. So that alone is pretty cool. But also just this grand dynasty of living things that existed for well over 100 million years. They were the dominant large terrestrial vertebrates on land. And then one day they're just gone after that. Where did they go? What happened? And could we potentially avoid that fate for ourselves? If we as human beings are serious about existing for longer than 200,000 years in our modern anatomical form, we're like brand new here. You know, human beings are... we just showed up, basically. If we want to keep ourselves from going extinct, it might be important to understand what were the dominant creatures before us, long before us, and what happened to them. If we want to avoid their fate, we have to understand it. It's important stuff, you know? Yeah. That's insane, that time scale. Yeah, baby, it's pretty cool. Yeah. We just showed up and ruined the party for everyone else, as Marcy walks talk. We don't have to ruin the party, though. That's the thing. You know? We can treat our planet better and the other species on it. But a big part of that comes from understanding the history. Really do that through paleontology. We wouldn't understand the concept of extinction to the extent that we do if it weren't for fossil science. You know? Imagine and not being aware that there were all of these creatures that lived long before us that have since gone extinct. You know?
Like people have gotten hurt out here, I've gotten hurt out here.
Yeah. It's wild to think about. It's important. Yeah. Xandra says, what would happen if an actual Jurassic Park were to be made? I don't know. Dinosaurs aren't monsters. If anybody were able to actually resurrect extinct non-avian dinosaurs, you know, it'd be like having zoo animals, you know? I sometimes wish that somebody would make a horror film using like the same premise as Jurassic Park, but just with modern animals, you know? It's like, oh, somehow the lions got out and they ate everyone. It's like, they're animals in a zoo. They're not monsters. And dinosaurs were not monsters either. Yeah, I don't know. I understand it's a really compelling idea that like, oh, dinosaurs were just these ravenous creatures that were, you know, you can't contain them. But, I don't know, they're animals. They're not monsters. Yeah. Cows go crazy, says Kenny HY. Yeah. Yeah. Jurassic Park barely depicts the kind dinosaur system is done. I mean, yeah. That's the thing, is that while herbivorous animals can be really dangerous, potentially, they're often big and powerful, especially if we're talking about plant-eating dinosaurs. I don't know, for the most part, like, you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. Yeah. Which would be worse, roaming T-Rexes or roaming lions? It depends where they're roaming, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. There are lots of stories of like particular lions, individual lions who have like developed a taste for humans, and they'll like actively hunt people and eat them. That might be more dangerous than something like a T-Rex. I don't know. An adult Tyrannosaurus is a huge animal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe easier to keep track of than a lion. Not sure. What have you unearthed since reopening, says Tomek? We've got a couple of bones exposed on the surface right now, and we're actually waiting for Ethan to come up with some glue at the moment so that we can help consolidate those bones, keep them from crumbling, and then we can dig in more around them and try to figure out what they are. But right now we're just kind of in a holding pattern, waiting until we get that glue, because we don't want to mess up what we have.
The worst joke ever. It's just like insert name was a fly.
There was a movie about that lion. It was called Zoo. Interesting, Kodali. Yeah. Anywho, yeah. But yeah. And yeah, Xandris does make a really good point there. Yeah, a lot of animals that develop a taste for humans means they have lost the ability to hunt their natural prey. Yeah, so one of those famous lions that was like actively hunting and eating people had a broken canine, or maybe 2 broken canines. So like the main weapons that they use for subduing their prey, like that's gone. They can't hunt their natural prey, and so like there's a lot of people around. I guess they're easy to catch. I'll eat them, you know. Yeah, yeah. The Savo Managers, exactly, Murph. Yeah, yeah. 35 people. Wow. Yeah. Need more lion dentists. That's the take-home message there, Rusty guy. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Good stuff. Anyhow, let me get some more water. And there you go, Emily. Yeah, yeah. That's another lesson. Never shoot a tiger in the face. That's not a kind thing to do, and it might. They call me the fly lover. It might turn on you. But yeah. Yeah. Let's go get some more water.
I'm doing a geography study of
Man, what a difference in lighting conditions since we started today. Much of the quarry is now in shadow, which is kind of nice. Nice respite from direct sunlight. You guys are talking about GIS?
Yeah, GIS.
That's the one piece of advice that I often give people in chat if they're like, what's a skill that I can learn that can help get me a job in paleontology or anything else? And it's like, GIS, it's always geographical information systems. Yeah, being able to create maps and upload data onto them and stuff like that. It's useful in so many different fields.
Additional to my biology certificate in GIS.
Nice.
And a certificate.
Oh, very cool. Nice.
So both useful for paleo as well.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Being able to use drones and stuff and making maps. Are you learning ArcGIS or QGIS?
ArcPro.
ArcPro, wow. Nice. Yeah.
But I want to play around with QGIS just because it's free.
Exactly, yeah. I need to do the same thing one of these days, like sit down and learn that program.
I've also took 2 classes in R.
Oh, yeah,
Studio.
statistics, yeah. Yeah.
And at first I hated it, but I
most people hate it.
Appreciate it
Nice.
because I messed with Paleoverse and all those. Macrostrat. You can do some cool maps. And
nice.
Analysis.
The guy who invented R went to McAllister.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Nate.
nephew is
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
anywho.
Put me in touch with them. I have a few words for them.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of shove it down our throats right there. It's a big.
Really?
Yeah. I took Calc 1 this semester, and we were doing our studio.
Yeah, that's really funny.
You don't really need to model.
Well, I mean, it's used so often in paleo, so like it's a good tool to have on your tool belt for sure.
For sure.
But I've heard it's a real drag to learn. Like,
I mean, it's
not
just like,
fun to use. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coding.
Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm.
Is that Fisher?
Where? No, that's going to be Ethan and probably Katie.
We're back. I guess she really went to drop her stuff off.
Yeah, she's got luggage and stuff to drop off at camp. So yeah.
We got a little bit of bone.
A little bit more bone?
Just a little bit more. It's super thin.
It's super good.
What's flaky?
It's just flaky. Almost sounds like fish. Where's it at?
Right here.
Ooh. Interessant.
I'm gonna wait for glue.
Yeah, smart.
Can't make any progress without glue.
Yep. One of those limiting factors. Well, nice. Very cool. And hey, Sparky Pugwash, how are you doing? Hello, hello.
There used to be a the fly guy, if you will.
And glue is cheap and crucial. It's true, Alexander Morrison. It's true.
I mean, we could try it there, you know.
Yeah.
Is it a bird bone, says Sparky Pugwash? I doubt it. It would be amazing if it were. But birds are very, very rare in the Upper Cretaceous. Honestly, bird fossils are rare in general. But that would be wild if it were a bird bone. I doubt it, but we're going to treat it like it is just in case, you know? Treat every fossil with the care it deserves. Yeah. Anywho. And is the glue in a mustard mayor space? I think I don't know if I've quite been able to sell Ethan on the idea of mustard bottles for glue yet. But, yeah, also, we don't necessarily have enough bones to really warrant that much glue. We've got, like, eyedroppers and little containers and stuff. But I don't know, when we were working in the Hell Creek or the Judith River Formation, digging up hadrosaurs and tyrannosaurs and ceratopsians, and just having, like, lots and lots of bones all over the place, a mustard bottle is, like, the perfect size, perfect form factor for that kind of thing. Here, you'll see the bones that we've got are like this. So, the ones that are exposed right now, anyway. So, that's eyedropper material, you know? Yeah. Anywho. Here comes Ethan and Lauren. Nice. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Emily says it's not always glamorous. This is true. Yeah. A lot of hard work out here, but it's worth it. You know? This is what we love doing. I don't know if it'll get more or less glamorous as the summer goes on. We'll certainly get filthier and probably not smell as nice, but you know, we'll have the proper equipment here in the quarry over the next few days, and that'll definitely help out a lot. And we'll have the right number of people at each site too, hopefully. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, good to see you back. Nice. I'm not sure what the bones are, but they're real small and thin.
Maybe turtle cockles.
Could be, yeah.
Are there any spots not
Ontogeny.
Yeah. How many times are you going to hike up and down this hill today, Ethan?
Let's see. 10 more times left.
Can you guess what we found in a plant? It's a human object.
Human object in a plant.
In my hand.
It's what?
And it's in my hand.
It's in your hand. One of those keys that you turn on a nuclear submarine to launch the missiles.
Yes.
It's a log.
A golf ball. Nice. Good find. Yeah. Cool. Wow. It's a hole-in-one.
Hey, Ava.
Yes.
Do you have a field book or anything?
Yes.
Sweet. That's kind of cool. Above the boat.
Murph says, wasn't there a turtle found here last year? There was, Murph. Good memory, yeah. Yeah. A turtle from basically right there where Adam is sitting, I think, yeah. Yeah. And now Adam is there, so. I don't know if that's a trade up or a trade down, but here we go. Bless you. Here's our nail, too.
Yep, I heard. That's really nice. That is going to save our...
Do you have a scale bar on you?
The king fly, holy.
He's quicker than the rest too. This is horrible.
That's the boss fly.
You saw how many of the others
You're a nerd pal.
Some call me Fly Lord. Others call me the devil.
And Mudman says, have dinosaurs played golf? No, thankfully.
Are they so thick? Fly or not, you will bow.
Yeah. Oh, I got one. They're a little too big. I got it.
I got the small one.
Oh, I recognize that jar right there. That's from my protein powder from last year.
Protein.
Gotta get protein. Protein. Gotta get that pro. It's my traditional breakfast out here in the field. Protein shake every day.
Another like powdered area.
Nutritious and hydrating. Yeah. And Nath says hi from PaleoStream. What are you working on here? Welcome, Nath. Good to have you here. Yeah. We're digging up a new species of ceratopsian here. We've just opened up this quarry again today after having it closed for a year.
This one?
Yeah, we're back out here, and we've got a lot of overburden to remove up there. Holy cow. So we'll be working on this for the rest of the month, probably. We'll see how it goes. But we've got a few bits of bone already poking out this morning, or they started poking out this morning. Around noon. But, no, it was this afternoon. What am I saying? Probably not ceratopsian bones, probably turtle or something else. We did have some other turtle bits, but exciting.
It's still bone.
So Ethan's using an eyedropper to apply some polyvinyl acetate glue on there right now. Trying to consolidate that.
A little thick, but I'll bring some thinner stuff tomorrow. I got some mixing.
Just getting this consolidated so we can continue digging around it without the bone crumbling.
Hey, wasp. This actually could be a decent sized little bone. This is all connected, isn't it?
Yeah.
I assumed that this was just a little random chunklet, but it actually is connected.
Yeah.
That's cool. Could be more frill. Yeah, it could be something.
Just say we found
it could be ceratopsis.
Say vertebrata.
It could be, yeah, it looks like it's connected.
Oh yeah,
that's
nice.
Cool. It's very runny, but I'm gonna go say what's up to Fisher, and then we're gonna go back. Does that work for you guys?
Head back to camp. Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll come back more prepared, and we'll just rip this
do
out.
some jackhamming.
Sorry about the
tools.
Yeah, part that's my fault. I don't think I put the chisels in.
That's just the classification.
It's all good.
Container. Stupid.
It's all right. We'll be out here for 6 months straight, so we have plenty of time to make mistakes.
Yeah, we're gonna be chained to the rock wall here.
Oh yeah.
You're getting some compliments on your shirt there, Quinn.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Science rules.
Science is awesome.
It is. Yeah. I don't know what's up with that Tyrannosaur skull, but
yeah, I don't know.
It's a little wonky looking.
It is a little wonky looking.
That is.
It's not the worst I've ever seen.
Is that from? I've seen that same like.
I have too. Yeah.
Same skeleton drawing.
It's like a clip art thing, I think.
For sure. Huh?
Yeah.
I keep saying this, but like, have you ever watched Nova documentaries when you were a kid? Like the flash through like all the rooms.
Oh no, that's Dorling Kindersley Eyewitness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They had the books and then they had the shows too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. It does remind me of that. You're right.
Yeah.
Like, here's all this awesome science stuff. Wow, how cool. Let's go to the different rooms. Yeah, they had Martin Sheen narrate the American versions of those, which is kind of funny.
I think it is good. That could be something juicy.
I've been thinking about like editing together a thing where it's like Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now at the beginning, and then it like cuts to his narration from the dinosaur episode from that, where he just starts talking about dinosaurs out of nowhere. I don't know. It's not a fully fleshed out idea yet, but yeah.
That log is pretty sweet.
Yeah, right.
Alright. We collected, you just want
Captain Pugwash says, how do you get the big rocks off the top without destroying the little bones below?
Let's get packed up, guys.
Yeah, well, you know, in order to make an omelet, you got to crack a few eggs, you know? So, no. Now, what we're going to do is carefully excavate those bones. And then once those are safe, we'll knock down those rocks from above. You know? Yeah. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. PBR Street Gangs, there you go, Pursue, yeah.
How's our hands looking?
Anyhow. I think it's a good time to wrap up today's stream, actually, because I got to get my gear packed up and make sure that we've got make sure everything is in order here. It's difficult to be like partway in charge and also trying to stream for multiple hours every day. It's a balancing act, to say the least. So yeah, let's find somebody to raid into here real quick. Don't go away just yet. We're going to see if we can continue our science. And, yeah, give me a second here. Let's see who else we got on Twitch. Maybe doing some science right now. Mm-hmm.
Did you see the nail? You got the nail?
I sure did. Thanks for that.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, that was scary. I'll come back with rebar tomorrow. What we'll do is...
Today is Saturday.
Like 50 feet away.
So what we're going to do is... Let's raid into Paleo Stream. Excellent. Fantastic. There, my channel, chat.
But the nails are going to come loose no matter what. It's just kind of part of the deal.
Alright.
As long as we have
raid
one permanent
Paleo Stream.
It doesn't matter how many used to come out.
So we will continue the paleontology right now, raiding into paleo artist Joshua Knupe. He's from Germany. He's published, I don't know, his art has been published in a lot of different venues, a lot of new fossil taxa. Like when you see a news article like, oh, new theropod dinosaur from North Africa. Like, he did the art for some of those, which is really cool. So he's going to do some art live on stream, and we're going to go say hello. If he asks, I won't be able to type in a chat. Say, yeah, Danny's back out in Wyoming, digging up dinosaurs in the Almond Formation, where there's no dinosaurs named from yet, which is exciting stuff. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here today. I really appreciate you. From our faithful and hardworking moderators, thank you for being here to keep this train on its tracks, keep this a safe and welcoming community for everybody. Thank you to the subscribers and the cheerers and the gifters, everybody who supports these streams financially. I could not be here if it were not for your help, so I really appreciate that. Thank you to the new followers and the raiders and the question askers and the lurkers too. Appreciate all of you. With any luck, I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Going to try to stream every day this month. So yeah, wish me luck. All right. Hope to see everybody tomorrow. Take care. Let's go check out Paleo Stream.